Hello, hello everyone. Let me just lower that a bit. Hopefully everything is working. Hello Pod, hello Star, hello Hunter. Let's go, yes, let's go. How are you? I'm a bit tired actually, just sitting there. I'm just like pressure of the day is gone. Time to have fun. Thinking of transferring to a well state, lol. They're ready to take me. What do you think? I mean, you can always, you know, try it for a bit and see if it's for you, but I mean, if you want to, like, I think you can learn a lot from a whale state if they are like serious about the game and, you know, about doing testing, about playing like Tundra Arm Leagues, playing Tyrant. I think you can learn a lot and that could be a lot of fun. The only risk is like you are kind of too behind at the free-to-play. So, you know, if you can just say, you know, it's like a cheerleader, right, kind of thing. It's like you are on the sideline and you just cheer for them and you are useless basically. So it's let's do some dead shots. So yeah, it's I'm not sure I would enjoy it, to be honest, if I you know, I never went on one, but I think, you know, being like all the events are probably like insane to rank. But you know, you are with the best often. Not all the biggest spender are the best, but like some of the whale states are, you know, the best ones in terms of like knowledge and practice and all of that. That's pretty good. You know, it's not multiple. I mean, that's terrible. It looked okay on paper. And then we got the reward, so. Did I like... Oh, I stopped the music. But you know, if it's not for you, you can always leave, right? But if you have tickets, just a state that need to be at peace, I guess. That's kind of the similar of, as earlier, but I'd love to get 1 or 2 plus ones, you know. See, it's like, wow, your odds of getting the keys when you are that, it seems to be very high. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Wow. Not getting so lucky today. That's still good. I prefer the stones. For pets. It starts to be the nice reward. Just gonna take forever until we get like to a state where we get a decent amount. How was your transfer so far? Did you guys got new players? We lost a few. We lost a group of 3, I think, or 4. We had 1 or 2 people leaving, but we have like 10 plus joining so far. And we should have more tomorrow, so that's overall for us like... And you know, we are... you know, it's the state is good at retaining, to be honest. Because we are one of the oldest states. And you can move like 200 states. So you can go to 1,180, and you know, we are 948, so it's like 250 states you can move. That's a bit insane. So we lost for a few players, but it's really not too bad. These transfers are always a concern, you know, you could lose a bunch. 20 something. 20 clubs. It's okay if you know, you want to keep it. Or you mean 20 plus people you got, or that the states? So some people are claiming, you know, and believe they can, right? But to me, that's insane that they managed to go to 550 in the dark consistently to make points. I'm like, that's far too much dedication and practice for such an event. That's far too much. Oh, in the 200,000, okay, yeah, 2,000, sorry. I hope we'll get transfer state after this, after next SVS. It's Gen 3, so that should be not too far, I guess, for you. If you are, you know. It's after already, as soon as you unlock Gen 3. I mean, you are, maybe you get them Gen 2, but I really don't think so. I might be able to do the 50k with just what I spent, to be honest. That's gonna be very close. Thank you, Chris. Welcome. Thank you. 97 days in, so that's 3 months. I did not look at the timeline for so long. Tonton timeline calculator. So Gen 3 is 120 days. So yeah, you might very much. You are very, very likely. It would be surprising if you don't. You should. I would expect you should. You can. That might be very much doable. These, you know, not gonna. I could have went a bit below to have more chance to have like the one that give 40 points. I don't think I've seen any. I was kind of reading chat, so we have one. That's, you know. I think I'll restart, see if I can get a second one. Yeah, he's Black Reaper. I mean, it depends on the day, right? Star is changing name often. But if it's something from Dragon Ball D, it might be him as well. So yeah, nothing, no white. No white. Should I restart then? Let's try one. Oh. The white, but I might miss. I think I got a 10-1. That's okay. So then I need 3k. I'm. How much can I do here? I can do 1.5. I need to buy a freaking pack if I want to do the 50k. Or I need to do like 2 mega runs on the one that I'll get for free. I'll get like I'll need to get 2 insane runs. So let's try to make a very, very good run here. I see the $20 $20 pack. But I think, you know, it's kind of okay to do it once to get some of the extra... To get of the extra Frosty Prospector for the next, you know, the next events. So I can go to 16k without, you know, thinking too much at the free-to-play. On the next event, I don't have to buy any packs or anything like that. Maybe just the $1. So far it's not too bad. I got, of course, I got 2 orange, 1 white, maybe 2 whites. Oh, I missed it. Let's start again. I hate the fishing guide. The fish never spawn. Yeah, the fish are pretty tough. The fish are really, they can get really tough, the fish. It can get really annoying. Like for me, it's the algae on my farm. I got very unlucky on the algae. I got quite lucky on the algae on the main. It was not too bad. So we have bear in 20 minutes, so we have time. We have a bit of time. It's just hard to reach out and do fishing, I guess. I need to focus on fishing. Yeah, let's redo. I mean, for me, I'm like nearly 50k points, so I just want to get the island one more time. So I can, you know, I might care to get the island level 6 or something like that. That's when you get the mod stat and it's looking nice. The island building, and then I'll really start to chill on fishing, to be honest. That's a bit better. But I'll keep, I think moving forward, I'll keep the horns as well of Poseidon, just in case we have a new, you know, a new kind of event. I just wanted to push a bit, see what you can do, like as free to play and as a spender kind of thing to get the building. But I really don't want to spend much time and effort and money on fishing, to be honest. That's better. Well, that was terrible. That was a 10. So I got an algae and I got 2 fish. So that's 450. That's already very good. That's 1 white. No, it's gonna be a good run. It's gonna be a good run. I just need not to get like fishes that are worth little points. And I don't think the chests are worth it as well, but that's okay. So let's secure the ones that cost 40, maybe 1 more white. Okay, no more whites. Hey Sat, welcome. Welcome. How are you, Sat? You're here. I was about to say, like, we did not see each other that much since the new year, you know? I don't have them anymore as well. Let's see, we're gonna buy some later if we need to. Let me just check a few things. Because, you know, we have new people coming, so I need to check a bit things in game and... Okay, we're good. We're good. So we got the extra point from fishing, which I wanted to unlock. So my album game is good. Hopefully we get some of the new ones. We did not get any new ones, so that's pretty bad. And why is that? Fishing, fuel in Snowbuster, Crazy Joe. So we need the golden stuff. And the golden stuff is nowhere near. Wow. It's gonna take forever. Yeah, okay, I'm missing crazy things here. I'm missing only 5 stars, so I need gold. Okay, I need gold stuff. I was hoping for a bit better. Not too long, but I wanted to give an idea for a vid, maybe seeing that you asked in the recent one. How is your detail layout? How about a detail layout on the layout guide on research? I mean, I give like general guidance on research. Before, I did not have voucher, Dory. I tried and it was like buy a $20 pack and I was like, only if I need to. So yeah, I burned all my vouchers, so I need to see if I can do better. But that's when I regret not having done my fishing a bit better. So that's very little points. But 1.5 thousand points before resets with these. It's probably, you know, right? I'm gonna get 2 before reset, so that's not gonna work. Is it? I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think I'm gonna get what I need from the game, so I messed up. I should have played a bit better. I did not think I would be close to 50k. I was thinking it would be 45, or I did not try. So you can definitely do 50k with a $10 pack and the 2 other pack, which is actually not too bad. You're spending a lot of time with family and only here for a bit. That's really cool, Sat. Thank you very much. You know, don't force yourself. If you have better things to do than watch, watch the stream, that's okay as well. I won't be mad at you. you know, you guys don't owe me anything, so. But I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Hello, Salahidin. Welcome. I'm going good. I'm doing good, and yourself? We have a lot of new people lately on the stream. Like, you know, some of you might have been viewers before, but or you change name like some people do on the on YouTube sometimes. But really nice to meet you. Really nice for you, you know, to see new faces. I have the gold for the Crazy Joe. So yeah, you did more Crazy Joe than I did. I don't really push it too bad, to be honest. Like, I'm not really trying hard that much on the albums. I'm still doing very much okay. I'm like 3rd or 4th usually. That's my farm, you know, the farm I don't really... I did the 10k, I cannot do the 12k, so... You can do whatever here. We don't need to pay attention to what we do. You can play like a noob. Are you too close to max FC level? I'm very, very close, actually. I'm actually very, very close. I guess you mean on the main, right? So the farm will go FC 10, but I don't do T11 on the farm, right? I don't convert, so I need quite a bit more of these, right? It's gonna take a few weeks, but the farm gonna be FC 10, and I don't do it T11 because it's a farm and I want the resources for my main, so I'm just maxing all the stats of the troops. And then I will do the rally leading, and then I'll do T11 when I have no choice on the farm if I still play the game for that long. But we'll check on the main. I'll go back on it to show you. I'm missing, from the top of my head, I'm missing 8, 9, and on the War Academy, and 9 on the Infirmary, right? So Infirmary, I need 5. So that's not too much. So let's count. So that's 14 times 5. So I need 70 here. And then here, I'm 7, but I'm nearly 8, right? So that's 9. So that's 18. But the other one, how much they need? Where is it? Where are we? Where is it? Where is my guide? Buildings. City progression. Fire crystal. So then I will need to go to Fire Crystal 8. I'll need that. So then I'll need 54 and 79. So 54 plus 17. Oh, that's still a lot. So I need to burn through 221 of these. So I'm okay. I'm really okay. Then I'm starting to accumulate. Assuming T12 is what they say, is like refined Fire Crystal and stuff like that. Then I'm gonna start to accumulate a bit. It's not gonna be insane, but it's gonna be okay. Because everything else is maxed. And then I'm slowly gonna do training to 7 or 8. We'll see where the big diminishing return is, but they start to be really expensive already. So I'll do 6 for sure. Training, I'll do 6 on marksman and lancers, because I'm gonna it's already 6, and I might do like 8 or 9 on this one. Really, because that's where, because now my speed ups, I don't have research speed ups anymore. Like I have, I mean, I could use, if I use that, I finish research, except for War Academy. Or, you know, maybe I missed 20 days, but all of these gonna go to troop training, because I start to not be able to upgrade buildings anymore. So when I push after 3 months, I don't have buildings on points on building anymore, unless like a tiny bit of upgrade, which is not too much. So I need to convert all of these to troops nowadays, which is pretty good for me, at least. Your video are a lot of info. I don't know how to read English tonight. I'm a bit tired. Your video are a lot of informative ones. Please do more free to play. But what do you need, Silverhawk? What's missing as free to play? I have a feeling I covered most of the things that are needed for free to play. So I'm always doing a mix of where I am, which is a bit of spending, and free to play in mind. But the free-to-play stuff is as well quite simple for events and stuff, because, you know, you just cannot play the event for some of them. So what do you see like really missing in terms? Well, I could have done... Yeah, 16k is definitely doable without even trying. Like I really did not pay attention to most of the runs on my farm. And so I'll keep it for next time. Or... Let me see, because I want to finish the guide as well on the farm. So I just scared to do this properly. Or the algae, sorry, not the guide. So here I'm missing a level 4, so that's the one we need to try to get today. Then it's only 3 level 5, so let's do it, let's do it. Hey Joris, Happy New Year to you too. I'm okay, you know, life is good. A bit busy, you know, after the kind of 2 weeks of not holidays, but no, spending time with the wife that was on holidays, working a bit, traveling, seeing family. We have, you know, we have issue with the car. We had issue with one of the heating system of the house. Like, you know, life goes on, you know. But hopefully 2026 is a bit lighter for me than 2025. Hopefully. What do you wish in your country, like for the new year? Usually we kind of send, you know, like we have the equivalent of best wishes in France. It's like, you know, it's kind of, I hope, you know, the best for you, more or less. It's like whatever you want, I hope you get it. Like, do you guys are wishing like anything special, or just, you know, hopefully you get what you want in life, and, you know, health, money, relationships, loot, wealth in your alliance. So I could not take both, so I actually missed. Yeah. That was a terrible move. So I don't think I will get the algae I wanted to get. That's never too bad. The guy will usually indicate it, right? So no algae, so we still miss 4. And then after that, I think I'm never gonna touch fishing tournament again, to be honest, on the farm. But 16k is definitely doable and really easy. Let me catch up on chat, because I'm a bit behind. I believe a lot of people now, knowing what the game will be like in the future, don't really prioritize what research they do, so maybe in the field knowledge you have. That's something, you know, that's something I'm thinking in the sense of, like, you know, when I was advising you on Gen 8, for example, when I made the Gen 8 video, I was not Gen 9 yet, so I did not know that Zura, Hendrik, and Bradley were amazing, right? So there are some things you know only later. So I agree that, you know, sometimes playing the game, so even if I would restart with a restart project or something at some point, I will never stop that city. I mean, I'll probably stop my farm, but I'll never stop my main, right? Even if I would move the spending on the new account and stuff, because like, there are things you know only later. That I really agree. So, but that's something I want to do, right? There are a few videos I care to do in the near future, and they take a bit of time and work to prepare, to be honest. I was thinking it's gonna be a bit sooner, but we can have a look at that after Bear. When I've done like the little things I kept to do in the game for the stream, then maybe there's a bit of a surprise for you guys after Bear. And then we can look at what I'm preparing for one of the... It was meant to be tomorrow's video, but I'm not sure if it's ready for tomorrow, so... Hello Mohamed, welcome. I got around 3-4 million every CG. Yeah, for me it's like 2.2, 2.5, right? So we don't really have farms and stuff, so... I mean, if you want to do... I've never seen 6 million, so 6 million you need to be what? Solo in 6 cities that are ideally they're online, and then you might need to do HQ solo as well, right? But you need to be a crazy... Thank you, David. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, but yeah, 4-5. I mean, now with the experts, yeah, maybe people that used to do, you know, 3 or 4, they'll actually, you know, do 6, right? That's 50% more if I remember. That kind of guide might work and give new player even more, even me, after a year it will be helpful. Yes. No, I agree, and especially if that's things that are not super clear. Because I cannot tell you what I put in the guide for research. I mean, I have a good idea already, but for free-to-play and spenders and stuff. But I will probably say things a bit differently today with my understanding of stats and things work. So that's pretty good. If we can get like one more quality up. So that's golden chest times 4. So either we go to, you know, times 5 will be amazing. You know, 2 arrows will be a lot, but you know, maybe we are the... Oh, okay. That's already really good. But I would have loved a times 5, it's very rare. And that's pretty cool as well. That's not too bad. I mean, these are kind of crap, but that's pretty good. Is it like we'll put a... So we got quite a new people, so we'll see how it goes for them. Let's go on the main. What is red? Oh, 1 SSR shard. Thank you, the game. I don't know, I'll have the Snowbuster skin before fishing, even though Snowbuster came... Yeah, probably. Snowbuster is actually... It seems to be... I mean, I've spent quite a bit of money on Snowbuster for, like... Yeah. There are events I overspend because I kind of, you know, want to kind of be able to explore them a bit. And to understand the spending part of it without spending, you know, $20, $30, $40. It's sometimes a bit rough, right? Because I cannot just, you know, watch other people without doing it myself. It's not really the way I learn, so... But yes, Snowbuster, I'm like... I think I have 700 of the thing that you can return for, like the one that you miss, right? Like the books, maps, fragments, whatever it's called. I think I have 700 of them. So I'll do the truck when I got my pets. I can do it now. I think it's I don't know if it's dynamically updating. Yeah, one SSR shard is insane, right? It's like you only need 1074 more to be able to do a 5-star hero. When is the next holiday event, Sam? It should be 2-3 weeks. It's usually Chinese New Year. Is that right? Chinese New Year. Then we have Valentine. Then we have early, so that's mid-February. Then often early March, around like the 5th or the 10th of March, you have the 3-year anniversary of the game, which is in like usually it's, I think technically it's in February, but they do it like early March. And then, you know, April, May, they have been varying a bit what you get in these. So we'll see. So girl is a good one. Who is decent? Oh, wow! I've joined with one troop. Who is it? It's who kicked me. Two. So let's join top bottom. No thinking. Let's go. Let's see if I get kicked. Number of troop. That's okay. That's still enough. And Bear is actually here. So what did the best for me so far is 1198 with Mia, Hector. I mean, Hector seems to be a beast right now, and Bradley. That seems to be what worked the best. ED kicking me. So let me cut the phone as well, put it as a... not making noise. Hey Karin, loving the content, soak up the info in the guide like a sponge, trying to get integrated in alliance policy. Yeah, I agree. Even, you know, I don't integrate everything I share with my own alliance sometimes. In the sense that, you know, I mean, I will always say it's not my alliance, you know, I've been transferring to that state, but I'm nearly there for a year, so... But, you know, I did not feel like pushing certain things. Like Alliance Showdown, for example, like pushing day 2, pushing, you know, on specific days, things like that. I think it's a lot easier to do when you start the game and you kind of educate people from day 1. When people already have their habits and how to play and what to do, it's like really, really tough sometimes. I mean, just how many of you, you know, just have so many issues having their, you know, their rally leaders and their alliance not doing for Patrick and for Jesse. How many of you? So many, so... Any idea when the T12? We have no idea about T12. T12 is, you know, it could be any time, could be never. You know, we don't know. We don't know. It's very likely, right? New buildings, new troop makes sense. Is it T12? Is it black T11? Is it green fire crystals? You know, whatever. But new troops, new buildings we should have at some point, you know. It only makes sense in such a game. But we don't have any information about it. So whoever think they know, they don't, literally. Like, we can make a best guess based on, you know, previous time we had kind of leaks and data, and it could be early this year, you know. Like what some people expect is early this year, but really we don't know, to be honest. So, are you free to play? I'm not free to play. I used to be mostly free to play. I never play game free to play. So, you know, even if I play the offline game on my phone, if I play it for a few hours, I'll buy a pack to say thank you for the developers for making a free-to-play game. So, you know, I don't play free-to-play. I used to, like, I spent over a year very, very low spender, so like $20 a month. And I had accounts that were free-to-play eventually for a while, that I did not do forever, but that I played. And I always had a farm that was just, you know, it's not free to play because I bought the 6 March and the second builder, but you know, it's as free to play as it gets. If you love the game and you play for a while, I really think you should buy the 6 March and the second builder. So that's for me, that's kind of free to play, even if it's spending a bit of money. But you know, I did do a free to play account as well for testing, and it's on the YouTube. Love your video, Tonton. Thank you, Xilo. Xilneo, sorry. Xilneo HD. It helped me a lot in the game. As a relatively new player. Also, your French videos are perfect. Definitely did the best choice to subscribe. Thank you. I'll do a bit more for the French channel eventually later, but I need to kind of settle a bit in, you know, in content creation and things. But I want to do more than one a week. It's just a bit too slow, you know. Like, I cannot cover much in one video a week, but we're gonna get there eventually. More things I want to do than I have time for, so. Like, I think I still have like big parts, like big videos to make in the English channel as well. Which, you know, I'm working on one right now for like Rally Joiner. We look at it after eventually. There is nothing to hide, but it's not ready to be used. It's like not. Yeah, I'm actually hesitating because there are many mistakes. I just got a lot of feedback from PCB, from Was Nerds. That, you know, I shared what I prepared like for rallies, heroes, troop ratio, joiners you should use Gen 1 to Gen 6. So I'm preparing a video on that. So I kind of made a document for it, and I asked him for feedback, and a lot of it need to be redone, let's put it that way. so yeah, so I don't know if it's a good thing to show it yet. We'll see if I can have something ready for tomorrow. That was meant to be tomorrow's video, so. Is it okay to join leading state if my state is losing SVS repeatedly? It's not because you are leading that you are winning all the time. You know, unless you are like unless you are like joining the leading of the leading states, right? Some leading states are far stronger than others. So I'll show you in a sec, right? But so if you go here, right? Let's go to middle. That's let's go to middle. Let's go to 943. So 943 is our neighbor. If you look at the battle records, they have been they should be supreme. Or they are currently. I mean, they are not supreme because they are defending their own, but they got the SVS battle, right? They got the battle star, basically. But these guys, so long story short, because I need to go back to their 855, it's one of the other bigger states. Like, they have a Golden Globe, they have crazy people. So these guys took their castle, right? So they lost prep and they took their castle. Here they had to defend the castle, they lost prep. Here they had to defend their castle, they lost prep. So they won battle, but they lost 2 preps. And that's 3 preps out of the last 5 they lost against 855. But they are winning, most of it they are winning the battle. Last time they were facing each other in Tyrant, and 855 got Tyrant. So like, you know, yeah. You can go to stronger states, but sometimes it does not mean you are winning that much more. You know, if you are competing versus stronger state than you. So that's to be looked into. If you care to rank on events, if you care to have reward for yourself on events, it's gonna be far, far harder. It's gonna be very, very complex. It's gonna be very, very rare you have a chance unless you spend yourself. Exen, I'm doing okay. Thank you, and you? Bit tired, but at the evening. That's my time, you know. For me, like it's 6, 7 o'clock. It's my I have 1 or 2 hours where I'm like a bit tired. Then you know things come back in the evening. The energy is coming back a bit later. Let's start some rally here as well, because I've kind of been slacking a bit with the farm. I need to do my my rally cap for Cyril, I guess. Probably not too bad, but that's something that's easily... It's not too costly to do. It's good for people as well. Which fishing skin do you like the most? For me, it's like this one. If you mean the 2 buildings. I actually really don't like the new one, to be honest. When they gave us the new one instead of the old one, I was like, oh, please give us the old one back. And I'm happy they gave us both, you know. Thyroid and migraine. Okay. Yeah, it's not too good. Are you getting sick or? I mean, if you do sauna and has bath, after the sauna you should be okay. Let's join, you know, it's like very little. I'm sacrificing. They'll come back very quickly this March, so. I don't think I need much more, to be honest. Let's look, but I think I'm pretty okay. I just need not to use that one. That's the one I don't want to use. Do I have a March 3? Yes. Well, I could start my own. Let's look at my damage as well in a sec. Where are we doing? How are we doing? The old one reminds me of the Allspice aftershave. Like, is that a commercial or like their bottle? But I've seen some stupid shit about that a long time ago, but I don't remember. Yeah, what happened? What happened then on your new states? Hopefully it's not at war, you know, even if it's like, if the state is not really working well, whatever, you know, you go again in 1 or 2 months, that's okay. But the thing that sucks is like the state is at war and you get burned and you get, you know, you get caught in the mess. So I'm gonna care to go there so I don't need to join any rallies anymore. Or maybe I push to do... I should be able to do the next one if we are halfway through. That's going. Let's try to push. Jola is doing okay. Greg probably doesn't have the right heroes. Maybe we have some new people that don't really use the correct heroes, because that's very, very low damage, to be honest. So that's insane when you look at it. I joined Denise with like 20k troops? Something like that? It was 20k troops? So yeah. No war, but just very silent. You are used to like a very chatty alliance, or? I have ticket and another state already asked me to join. It's really, you know, that game is like, I was so surprised. Because when I play Rise of Kingdom, I don't know if you guys had that survey, I need to do that survey. I did not play enough to go to the transfer phase on Rise of Kingdom, or there was transfer and I did not move or something like that. But like I played games like competitively on PC. So I would be like in one of the top French alliance on World of Warcraft. I was one of the officers. So when you move alliances, like, you know, we ask for a CV. There is an interview, like we did like 1 hour plus long interview. People were in trial for like 2 months and we are looking at their logs and how they, you know, and all the detail that the game gave you about how they play, and you are watching them during you play together. Like, that's kind of the background I have for games, right? Like, you recruit people like a job, you know, more or less. And then I came to Whiteout Survival, did not play like competitively for quite a while, you know, kind of took a step back. It was just taking far too much of my, you know, of my time, basically, you know. But I had that in mind, like that's how you manage a group. That's what I would say efficient group is working, more or less. And then I joined the best alliance in Whiteout Survival of my state, and I was kind of expecting something of that caliber. And you will see people go in and out and be like, oh, I'll go with my friends for a week, and they come back, and like took me a while, you know, to get used to like casual mobile gaming, alliance management kind of thing. It took me a little bit. That was really weird initially. I was like, it's like a windmill, we say in France. Like anyone can come and go, you know. There is like no commitment. I was like, you know, afraid that if you leave your alliance, you will never find another one, that kind of stuff. It's just like, people are just friendly and... It's good to see a bit more activity though. We recruited like a few players that seems to be quite active, so that's really good. Being Air Force can be a pain, yes. You know, like I've been very invested when I was like, you know, from 15 years old to 30 years old in gaming. I used to, it was not Air Force, you know, it was like officer, guild leader, whatever the name was, right? Many different names, but I've been involved in Warcraft 3, in World of Warcraft, mostly like as a kind of an officer, admin kind of thing. And then, you know, when I stepped back from that, I was like very cautious not to go back. I was like, you know, oh, I miss Denise, so that's gonna be painful. That's gonna be painful. I mean, I don't miss because I'm just joining turn to button. I'm trying to show, you know, the example, especially on stream, but... But if I don't get to the Denise rally, I might have an issue making the points I want. But Joy is a good rally. But I don't have heroes to buff them, so... So my rally is pretty low here. Oh, Doublon is pretty good. I'm curious about their stats and what they are. Because they are more or less my power in many ways. So, and they seem to do a lot more bear damage. So that's 736. That's pretty low. It's not a good day. Wow, it's very low today. What's going on? Am I doing something wrong? I'm really surprised. These are very low. I was closer to 1 billion all the time. Did I swap Bradley's gear by mistake? Did I did something stupid? I have no idea what's going on. Like, it happened that I go that low, but it's like once per bear, you know? It's like kind of the rare rally that's kind of doing not that many damage. It's not like every single rally I'm doing, so... So I'll be able to join here. Yeah, and for me, like, to be honest, at that stage, you know, why, like, some people are taking bears so seriously. At that stage, it does not make sense to me anymore. You know, for the first 6 months, maybe a year, I get it, you know. But like for us, damage ranking, personal damage rate, it's between that and that for us, unless we have buff and stuff. So it's like, it's 100 XP and 1 essence stones. Like, okay, it's every 2 days. You know, I'm the first one to say to maximize and, you know, to optimize for what you do and all of that. But like over stressing for bear every, you know, half an hour every 2 days, I'm like, you know, you're hurting your health more than you should for what it is. Let's get ready on my farm as well a bit. Really a good ratio for me. When I did test ratio quite a bit lately, and that was the most consistent and the highest damage on my main. On my farm, I just do whatever, to be honest. What do? I do 11980 on my farm, but I don't care about my farm, so... Here I'm good with damage, right? Now, how much I need? I need 2.4, so I'll join a few people. I'll feel some of the weaker rallies. That should be good enough. That should really be good enough. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Don't want to buy the pack. Can I do the points? That's gonna be tough, because I did not join Denis rallies, so it's gonna be really tough. We'll see. I might be able to finish. We took a Kraken and Alfie's alliance from a neighbor state yesterday in our first transfer. We got Gen 3 and he already is almost 600 mil. Pushing 4 figures on mod stat. Yeah, that's insane. Karin, that's really insane. Like you see, like I don't know if you are on Shield Discord, he was sharing a screenshot of a dude that's Furnace 30 and he's gold skin, globe skin, level 1. The dude is like not even Fire Crystal Age and he's globe skin. Like what the F? What the F, my dude? That's really insane. That's really insane. Globe skin that soon. But today it's really underperforming. So I'm a bit surprised by it. Because I'm kind of lowering everybody's damage, to be honest with that. When should I start to use ratio in bear? You should always use ratio in bear more. I mean, not really. Let me get to that in a sec. Let me join the rallies first. Let me fill that one. Let me fill that one as well. So early days, like Gen 1 and 2, you don't care about ratio, you want to join the biggest whales, right? And if your alliance is not asking anything from you, just join the bigger whales. Don't think about using a ratio. But when you have 600k troops, you probably have 200k of each, so you cannot do much, to be honest. It's like you can do 3 march, so I'll split them in 3 marches and I'll do the 3 biggest. Like it really depends on your whales. If you have 6 whales that are pretty good, you can do a split, you can do 6 march, and you can do splits, and you can do 50% of your troop in each, and that's gonna be better probably. But you rarely have 6 good whales that are as powerful as one another, right? You usually don't. So it is what it is. So you will want to join the best rallies with the most troops and the most... Well, I need to start my rally. See, Denise is a lot better. 1.3 million. That's very low. I'm not sure what's going on. So Pode, you should, you can wait until your alliance asks you to, else just join the best until they are, if they don't ask, just join the best rally. They aren't that simple. But you can start, with 25, 24, 50 if you want to start to use ratio and you don't have enough troops, Just a bit more marksmen. Just the best, the ratio that allows you might want more like, 10, 40, 50, right? To remove infantry and to get lancer that do a bit of damage on there. That might be actually a bit better. I've seen many people that are globe skin in FC3, yeah. I mean, but it's still quite different, right? It's still quite different from like in terms of spending and velocity of spending. Like it's nearly double. Someone that's globe skin Furnace 30 versus someone that's globe skin, FC3. It's not double, but it's like what, 33% more. They spend like 30. It's a lot of money. Let's see where we are. Should we push or should... Oh, we don't even have to push. My bad. Stop joining rallies. That was too easy. Hey, Crucial, I'm good, and you? Troop packs. Who is buying troop packs? Do you have the right gear on Mia, Adori? I miss your question. I don't have the right gear on Mia. I don't think it matters. I tried the other day. I have 1% Lancers. That's only give stats to Lancers. So if you have 20% Lancers, if you have 30% Lancers, if you have even 15 or 10, yeah, it starts to matter. But with 1%, it does not. I tried a few times. I just for one bear, right? So I've been doing like 2 bears with swapping my gear to Hector and swapping my gear to Mia. I cannot tell. I've done, I've done weak numbers. I've done that are as weak as usual. I've done high numbers that are as usual. Nothing, really nothing stood out. So, but yeah, if you are using, a very different ratio, that of course makes sense. That kind of 44 guys. So that's really cool. I can't say, one sec, but. Just kind of sitting comfortably. That's really nice, guys. Thank you very much. I was just like, I'm just gonna turn the stream for bear. I don't have time. Like, I'm working on a video that takes a lot of time. So, if I'm working on a video that takes a lot of time, I cannot do a video daily and doing my job and being, the partner of my wife and stuff. So I cannot do everything. So I was like, I'm just gonna chill Thursday. I'm just gonna do a stream. Maybe there are 5 of you, whatever, turning in just for bear. I was not really expecting much, so it's really, really cool. Thank you for being here. Okay, I'll try that, because right now we are equalizing our troops. Yeah, I mean, if they're asking you to, do whatever they're asking you to, but it's far, far better. But, they're asking equalizing, so it's fair. They try to be fair, usually, with things like bear and stuff, right? So I'll always kind of follow whatever they suggest. But you are not too far from being able to use ratio and to use it properly. But the first thing you want to do is like to use all your marksmen. Then when you are using all your marksmen, whatever you do, 3, 4, 5, 6 marches, then you want to use as little as infantry as possible and as many lancers as possible. And often, and my thinking just kind of changed a bit lately by talking to guys on WoS Nerds again. You can probably go down to, if you do more lancers, you can probably go down to 10% infantry very soon, but you will need to do 30% lancers, something like that. So you can do 10, 30, 60, something like that early down. It seems to work for what they say. I remember it not working for me, but I probably tried 10, 10, 80, for example, which is quite different from you know, 10, 30, 60, for example. So all your never not use your marksman, use as many lancers as you can after the marksman and as little infantry. That's kind of the baseline. That's maybe a way to put it. What was the last one? Great smelter. So we're gonna put some food now. We're gonna put some food. I'm good, finally got the fishing city skin. See, some people can get it. Some people get good job. So happy that the first city skin. Yeah, I find it pretty cool as well, to be honest. I was really happy when I got it. Especially if you manage to get it a bit, you know, before everyone's, you know. It's like the mushroom, right? If you get the mushroom a bit sooner than everybody else, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna use it. And then when you start to see like everyone with the mushroom, you're kind of like, okay, I'll swap to something else. But that was really enjoyable for quite a while. So do I need to hero missions? Okay, I need one of these. So I just need to make sure I'm doing that. Then I can, you know, turn it off for today until I go to bed, so I'm not stealing it from everybody. Do you do funny labels for secure nodes? Very rarely, Star. You know, that's the kind of thing I think it could be really important in such a game. Like, people love these things. It's really not my kind of things. Like, you know, I could do, but I don't know if people have the ref, you know? Do you know fresh meat? If I say fresh meat, it's like Diablo 1. Like the butcher, when you open the door in like level 2 of the game, and there is like a... It's like all dark, and you know, you shit your pants because you're, I don't know, I was like 13 years old when Diablo 1 came out or something like that, and you open the door and there's like that bloody butcher like coming at you with like fresh meat, and then you scream and you're like, ah, what's going on? And then you get killed in half a second by the butcher. So yeah, that, you know, but I'm not sure many Whiteout Survival gamers had that experience. If they had it, you know, respect. Why it's not clearing? Okay, it's clearing. Okay, I'll fix that later. I'll check that later. So that's pretty cool for the bear. We've done that. Yeah, that's. I'm really happy. We were talking a bit about that earlier, but you know, you used to have, for the one that, you know, were not there when we had the choice. The first skin was this one, right? The one I got on my farm as well. And they changed it for the new one, for the other blue one. But they forced the change, so they removed this one, which I find a lot cooler. I don't know. I really like the fishing hut, like the little village. And oh, is it a boat? Or is it both? I always thought it was like a fishing village, but there is like a... Maybe it's a boat behind or something, I don't know, whatever. And so, but we complain enough at the community that they gave us both, so that's really cool, to be honest. I do think like they are... You know, it's a mobile game. So patch notes are, you know, are not big, and updates are not that big and stuff like that. If you compare to like to PC game I play, like Diablo, Path of Exile, whatever, you know, World of Warcraft, whatever, this kind of stuff. But I do think the devs are listening quite well. Overall, like for quality of life and stuff, I've seen many games where you would not get a lot of things we got in Whiteout Survival, to be honest. So that's really not too bad for a mobile game. I usually do puns. I don't think most people will get corpse Starsh as a reference. Yeah, but you know, but I think these things are, you know, you need to have some people that are chatting. Like I I don't care about in-game chat and stuff like that. Like I force myself, especially when we have new players, well, you know, this kind of stuff. Like I don't care about these things, to be honest. So like that's, you know, I never go to here, like to world chat. Like I don't know what's going on. We don't have too many. Often we have like Arabs that are doing like poetry, so sometimes that's interesting. We don't have too many in 948 compared to my other states. We have people doing whatever, I don't know, like half of the time I don't understand the jokes. There is like something about pineapple on pizza, that's something we have. We have something about pineapple on pizza. People are trash talking 918 sometimes a bit. Because they are kind of not sharing titles with us and things like that, and they punish, you know, they punish me and another dude. I mean, I don't know what I've done. The other dude was first in prep phase, so maybe that's why. I don't know if he's done anything, but you know, they have not been sharing title when we work with them for SVS, so people are kind of, oh, they are sharing, see? I'm bad-mouthing them and they are sharing a bit, so I guess it's on and off. Some days we get them, some days we don't, or I don't know. But people are being a bit mad, bit mad at them. But see, there are two of us here for quite a while. So yeah, I don't really pay attention to all these things, but it's really important. I do think like on such a, when the focus is not performance, I come from a background where the focus is performance on PC game like World of Warcraft and stuff. In the Alliance I played, so we, you know, social aspect of it was a lot less important, and that's kind of the environment I prefer. If the Alliance chat is dead and we are crazy good at Foundry and we are winning prep phase and we are kicking butts in castle battle, like for me, I don't care. I'm happy with that. Do you still got a lot of people migrating during transfer window in older states? So Crucial, we used to have nobody. Like in such a transfer phase, like not too long ago, we are, so you can see you can go to 904, right? And we are 948, as you probably know by now. So we are here, and you can go, you can scroll quite a bit, so you can go 250 states back nearly. You can go to 1182. So for us, it's like 240 states, right? So we used to barely have anyone, to be honest. We used to barely have anyone, and we are not a bad state. You know, if you look around, I mean, they got some invites. That's not too bad. Some people got some invites. But see, well, some people are not too bad. That's very surprising, actually. That's very surprising to me. Many states have their invites gone. But we use, well, we used to have nearly nobody. And now we kind of keep invites for an alliance or two that need a bit of help. So if we get groups last minute, else we have people coming tomorrow as well. So, but it used to be a lot worse. But now we have been third in Tundra Arms League. We have been fifth the time before in Tundra Arms League. We try to kind of show up a bit in Tyrant and rank someone in the top 10. So we are gaining visibility and we are kind of a good state, I think, in many regards. We work together very well. We are at peace. You know, that's pretty big for many people. I've been a bad boy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know what they have. If someone is from, 8... Like, what happened is, like, they were watching the stream, right? So, but again, I have no clue if it is because of that. So they were watching the stream on Saturday, and they were like, they started to say thank you for helping us. And I was like, how can I help you, basically, in my head. Because when we started like really counter rallying, which you can see the way we do counter rally is people are not joining for the first 2 minutes. So the way you spot counter rallies is you look at the rally leaders and you see people going to their cities, right? Because you are not holding castle, right? So you don't see the rallies that are coming to the castle. Because the counter rallies are started from another alliance. So the way you spot them is by looking visually and you see the joiners coming in, right? Like that. So what we do, and many alliances do nowadays, like you wait 2 minutes before you join the rally. So when they spot your counter rally, it's already 2 minutes behind for them. You have 3 minutes left. They cannot counter your counter rally. Just, you know. So I was like, I was not putting my camera on our counter rally, not talking about the strategy we were using, but there was the counter here, so they could see the counter increase. And I had a feeling, before they said thank you for helping us, I had a feeling that they might be watching. Because they had a lot of viewers that were not talking, and that was a bit higher number than usual. So I put a little thing on it to not show it, but then, you know, they could see Alliance chat maybe, but to be honest, there was not much going on. Most of it was going on voice, and voice is not available. So I don't know. I just mentioned that our rally leaders were not really available, but, you know, I guess they could see that, you know, that the strongest rally leader, Webster, was not on that day, so they could time their pets, I guess. They could time their pets knowing that our top rally leader was not around, maybe something like that. So I'm not sure if it has to do... I mean, come on, like... people on my state have been very kind about it. I was like, I'm really sorry, if, you know, if they could gain an edge. But, you know, it was like the first, it was like the third of the month. We had half our rally leader missing for most of the battle. And, you know, nearly toward the end, we had most of them, but, you know, it was just too late. So they were stronger. Like, it is what it is, so. Man, transfer chat is absolutely rubbish. I never look at it. Like, I used to try to recruit. I spent hours trying to recruit in the past. I never got anyone contacting me. Even with the YouTube icon and thing, you know, like I got the content creator framework, not PFP, but like portrait, you know, I got this one that only content creator have, thing like that. So, you know, even with that kind of shining, and never got me anybody, to be honest. I guess people recruiting there, they are more looking for player, being like, hey, you know, I'm looking for a new place. And most of that is like probably not is obscene or should be reported, you know. So I might not show it too much. I'm not sure it's a good thing. You will need to hide your rally. So yeah, so I have a like a look. See, I put that while I was live, and it's before they said thank you. It's like as soon as we started to counter rally properly. So because they were stronger and we were missing half of our rally leader, we used the counter rally team to rally before the main team. So instead of having a counter rally, we had like the second alliance doing 3 rallies to weaken the enemy in the center, and so that our main alliance could get in the center with another 3 rallies. So I was like, they you know, they are in the castle, they can see what we do, so like, they, you know, it's not helping them by, you know, but that's what, you know, what I put in place. I think I'll hide the chat next time. I need to make like a funny thing that hide the chat, because sometimes we do countdown for rally leaders and stuff, so, but to be honest, whatever, it is what it is. If they, you know, if they feel they got helped, that's okay. I'm okay with, you know, taking the blame. If it's, you know, if someone has to take the blame, I can take it. That's I'll live with that. If Sonia was getting in Gen 8, it depends for what. Yeah. Yeah. Transfer chat is not safe for work. I agree. I agree. Most of the days it's not. I agree. So what do you want Sonia for? Tell me, that's what we care about. Like, if I, you know, every time you ask me a question, give me a bit of context. Why do we do what we do? That's really important. How about maxing the Mia's widget for bear in all of heroes? That's really okay. You can go to 6, you can go to 8, you can go to max. I'm nearly at 8 myself. I've been doing that a bit late, to be honest. Was a bit... I don't know, I did not really realize that, you know, that it will be such a damage boost, so I've been doing that a bit late, so I have one upgrade ready, so 35 are ready. Oh, I need to use that. Where is it? Somewhere. I have 35 widgets and I nearly got 40 for the next one. So I'm nearly level 8. Then, you know, level 10 is gonna take forever and it's not gonna increase a lot, so I don't really care. But I'll do it. I have the gems. I spend enough to have the gems. You know, I got to the meteor skin. You know, I could go toward the globe skin. I don't know. Like, should I do pets or should I do globe skin, guys? What do you think is... I skip Gordon, that's pretty good. Gordon is really rally leader. I would not do Gordon, to be honest. Max out Rene, that's pretty good. Will Hendrik be worst hit after maxing Bradley for Arena? Yeah, I mean... If you care about Arena, I will do Bradley, Hendrik, Xura. I just cannot... I've been saying it non-stop, but it's just insane. Even for exploration, right? It's just insane. It works so well. I just don't have Hendrik, so I cannot do it, but... That's not it. I should have kept that replay. But that's how you want to play, right? Whether you have Gatot or Magnus does not matter. Whether you have Sonia or Rene or Gordon does not matter. You put the two best you have in the front line and you do Xura middle, so she heals here and she never dies and she gonna heal. You put Bradley on the left and here you put Hendrik, but which I made it work with Gwen. And if you don't have Hendrik, to Gwen I had to put her gear to level 50. I actually put even golden gear until the next time I push my Sunstone and stuff to even have her a bit stronger, but like until my gear was 50 on all of these, a bit of health, a bit of hero, because in Arena you get increase on all PCs, right? For health and whatever, hero defense and escorts and stuff. You don't get that stats, you get these stats, and so all PCs are working on Arena, so I put some on all PCs, nearly equally. Well, we can even do 90. And when I did that, then I changed my lineup. So the game actually just I clicked too fast. So when I did that with Gwen with gear level 15, I cleared another 13 levels. You know, and she's quite weak if you compare to everything else. So she's 5 stars maxed out, and she's with widget level 4. She's not crazy, but that gave me an extra 14 levels. So if you look at, I don't think it's accurate anymore because that's over a month ago. But I used to be, I mean, I'm 17, right? Like Car Davy, like it kicks my ass anytime in solo march. Shooter kicks my ass. Toshi kicks my ass. Sony kicks my ass. Many of these guys kick my ass. If we fight, it's just that they are not playing, you know, it very seriously when it comes to exploration. So, but if we had to fight, like King Davy can rally lead turrets. Like I'm nowhere, you know, I'm nowhere near there. And you see, like he even have like the freaking spender 1,000 a month. This you get it when you spend 1,000 a month. That frame. You get it for a month and it lasts for a month, and you get it when you spend 1,000 a month. Like you know, I'm not there yet. You guys need to watch a bit more ads, you know. Watch the ads, you know, if you want me to have that frame. That's all I can say. I have Edison and Bradley both maxed out. So yeah, Black Ice, what we are talking about. So if you look at me, I did Sonia. What happened is, if someone did not add Sonia and Hendrik, they will be more likely to win Arena than Sonia. And I did Sonia for Arena myself. I did not do Sonia for Solo March. I did Sonia because people were saying Sonia is amazing in Arena. Hendrik is not that good. Hendrik, in my opinion, is what I've seen is far better than Sonia. And more importantly, when you have Xura, Bradley, and Hendrik, you are unstoppable. I got destroyed and I did not keep the replay, but happened multiple times. I have a viewer that sent me multiple images of him being, he was like at 95, right? So he's a whale. He was at 95, he was beating people maxed out at 105 and plus. with that. So that's just insane. And I got destroyed by someone that was like 25 million in power when I was 45. And the dude just no match me. Like he had 3 heroes alive and it was not just close. It's just like he has freaking 3 heroes alive. So you see like we have many people that don't even do it. I mean, maybe that's working better for a while. I don't know, but I will be very surprised. I will be very, very surprised. See like so many whales, it feels very weird to me, but maybe with max gear it's a bit different. But yeah, Hendrik, Xura, Bradley are totally insane. It's just a lot of marksmen, so you have to care about infantry. Sonya is better, you know, a Sonya like that is quite better for your solo march than a René, right? Of course. Especially with a widget that's a bit lower and stuff like that, so... I think you have more fun with pets, but better content with Glob. That's what I think. I think for the channel, the Glob is better, to be honest. For myself, the pets, like if I was not having a YouTube channel, I think the pets are a bit better. But I think the Glob is pretty cool. But then, yeah, you have ad blockers then. So you know, like every time you, like now they remove the views from ad blockers. You know, so... You can use whatever you want. That's okay. I really don't mind. But YouTube removed the views from ad blocker. So yeah. 1K, I have it a couple of times for 500s. You sure, Daysmith? Because I think we got it black and white written by the support itself. I'm pretty sure it's 1K. I have it on the Discord. I made a VIP channel a while back to kind of track. I mean, it's not really useful. I made a whale channel, right? So bronze tier. Can I show it to you? Yeah, showing the right stuff. So that's, unless they change it, right? So that the VIP monthly bonuses, that's the tier. So when you are spending 1,000 a month, you are part of the VIP, but you are the bronze, and it goes to 100,000 a month. So I'm not sure there are many legendary, but you can see like the Golden Globe. Maybe there are some of them that some months they are going there, right? Because if they spend like 750k, there might be more here. But that's what you get, and that's the basic reward, right? I mean, that's the basic reward, and the amount is probably varying based on that. And that's what you get as well, and you see it's 30 days that skin, and it starts at 1,000. So you probably spend more than you think. I don't know if it's a good news for you, but you probably spend more than you think. Or it's a currency issue or something like that. Or maybe, do you have like a weaker currency that make it like that? So... But that should be how it works. That the threshold and the rewards and stuff like that. Currently, use Rufus, Mia, and Hector in Bear Rally, Sugar. Yeah, that makes sense. Last damage, I got 28 billion. Should I get Geronimo? I'll be VIP soon. No, I don't think so. Not Gen 12. Not Gen 12. I don't know the difference between Hector and Geronimo actually. I'm not too sure, but I don't think they did that big anymore. I really don't think it did that big anymore. So, if you are VIP, see, that's more what I do in Bear right now. That's more what I expect from my rallies. That's often around that. I barely have 8 million. 8 million what? Damage? You don't have to, Mustafa. That's okay. But you know, like that's something I considered for myself. I think I'm like speaking out of my channel, and in general, as someone that supports content creators. So I used, when I was an employee, when I was not having my own company, I used to support content creator I love in Patreon. I'll pick 2 or 3 every month, and you know, I'll support them like, you know, with, you know, whatever their entry level was, like, you know, $5, whatever. Because I felt like, you know, if I support someone's, if I consume a lot of someone's content, I should support them, because especially I was making content. I was not making gaming content. I was making like relationship content, like about love relationships in French. I have a podcast. I have a blog about all of that stuff. I've been making content for many years, but that did not took off as well at the YouTube channel about gaming, to be honest with you. But yeah, so I've been making content for a long time, 5-6 years, so I was like, yeah, I need to support people doing so. But you don't have to, like, that was between me and me. I felt I wanted to. So yeah, and so with YouTube, using more and more YouTube, you know, I might just buy YouTube Plus or whatever it's called. I think that's probably one of my resolution of 2026. So there is no ads, and you support people, so that could be as well. Where do you top up, Mustafa? Top up about what you mean? I barely have 8 million. Yeah, I mean, if you are on a new state, that's normal, right? That's really normal. Power is, you know, is going a bit slow at the beginning. Where are we with states? Wow, the 4,000 is pretty close. There are big, apparently there is a big restart project on 4,000. Like, there is quite a few YouTubers. So I don't know. I'm not sure. It's not the right time for me. Like, we'll go vacation 2 weeks with the wife in April and stuff. So I don't know. I don't feel that it's the right time for me to do like a restart project or something. I don't feel ready at all. Even just even with my like the video I've made, there are so many I want to redo. So it's a bit too soon. I'll probably do it a bit later. It's a bit too soon on many levels. Yeah, solo. There are many. There are many. There are many of them. But in Mohamed, the podcast is in French. There is no like AI dubbing. There is no translation unless you speak French, right? But the podcast is in French about love relationships. It's a, you know, it's a very different topic, but it's very dear to me. So. Most of them are dead. You know, I don't know if these stats are dying a bit faster. If these are more casual player, I'm not sure how it goes. Do you buy pack in-game in most or third-party websites? Like third-party websites are considered like out of term of use, right? They are not legitimate, basically. So technically, they could be shut down. Technically, action could be taken against your accounts. Like the developer of the game have rights. If they spot you doing third-party top-up websites, they have the right to action your account technically. If they do it, I don't know. But then, you know, they can technically they can do it. These are usually forbidden by the term of use or term of service of games. So the only thing I can recommend you is like either, you know, there are two official ones. There is a Sanctuary one and there is the Midas Buy. These are two official partners, and one is from the company owning Whiteout Survival, Century Game Top Up, and Midas Buy is like one of the big Chinese company behind it, and they are partners and they are official services, so that you can use. Or for me, I use Google Play. So whatever, you know, when you are using Apple Pay or whatever Apple is having nowadays, Google Play or like these things are as well okay. But everything else, you know, I cannot advise it. You always take a risk of losing your account or having consequences for it. These are technically not allowed, so I'm not doing anything. You know, I work 10 years myself in gaming, in customer support. You know, banning accounts, investigating every crap that players do in game and every cheat and every weird things. And you know, I've been spending half of my adult life doing that. So I won't be the one. I won't be the one breaking the rules, if that makes sense. Yeah, Midas Buy is okay. Midas Buy is okay. You can do Midas Buy or you can do the Century games. I don't use them personally. I don't know how good they are. Oh, that's what I was building. Yeah, Midas Buy is 100% okay. the community manager confirmed it to us as well. Customer support confirmed it to people. I guess it's, I don't know, I guess it's just so big in China. It's like a proper, a proper company about this kind of services. So everything else, you do at your own risk, and when you think about it, right? If you don't care about your account, do whatever. You can. Some people, like, I'm not saying about topping up, but like half of the things here are obscene, right? So if you are using things that are obscene, insulting people, you can be reported and banned. I mean, again, I spent 10 years doing that. Not on that game, not with that company, with other games, other companies. But while you might think nobody is taking action, these things are, when you're on the other side, it's not the same. When you ban someone account and they spend 5K on it and they are crying on the phone and they're like, but I didn't know and I did not mean to, and I'll be nice, and it's like, you break the rule, you break the rule. Your account is gone, goodbye. But it is what it is. So don't take risk if you care about your account. That's simple as that. Whichever is like, no insult, not breaking like any of the term of you that you are signing and things like that. To me, it is really that simple, but maybe because I worked on the other side. Thank you. I wanted to thank you for your awesome. Thank you. In my kingdom, 3875. The battle of the foundry is just about to begin. It's a fun game mode. It's a fun game mode. It's one, we will have it. I mean, we have the registration, right? The registration is just finishing now, and you will. The battle is Sunday, but maybe some people have it another day. But the battle should be Sunday evening, or Sunday during the day, whenever. Currently, all my charms are level 7. If I push my chief gear to T2 or T3, will I win many battles still? Or will this be too imbalanced? Good night, Xen. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. Always. Currently, I have all my charms are level 7. If I puff, I might have read it before. I just got a DM somewhere else. My chief gear to T2, T3. Would I win? I mean, it really depends against who, Sugar. It really depends against who. You might, if you are overspending most of the player, you could, but what gen are you? This kind of stuff, right? It really depends. Thank you for your awesome content. Thank you for your stream. We started to change and mix heroes in Castle Battle, Garrison. And we won SVS big time. Thank you. Thank you for that. Good job as well. I mean, these are really big. So maybe. What do we do? Let me see if I can do something. No. Can I do that? Oh, I left the black circle, right? So that's an, I don't know if you see it. It's not showing properly very much. I mean, you see most of it, right? So that's a work in progress. There are many mistakes. I'm getting feedback. I just wanted to show you kind of the next project, but it will change a lot. I will do it very differently, actually. Some of you have access to it to give me feedback, but so that's the next project I want to do for the channel. That I don't think you realize how many hours I spend a day answering questions about what rally joiner should I get into my rally, without giving me a ratio, without giving me a gen of heroes, without giving me you know, anything. That's why I'm asking questions. So, but it's like kind of giving you some pointers about how to think about hero joiners and rallies. Then the troop ratio and the defense situation, like is it offensive or is it defensive, and the troop ratio you have. So I'll add some more. There are some missing here. And then the rally leader choice that you have, most of them at least. And then the 4 main options of the joiner, the best ones, but there is so many chances to make. I'll go a very different route with that after talking to PCB. And the alternative joiner that you could have at the backup, right? If you don't have these, or if you prefer to use others, and eventually some comments. So that was meant to be tomorrow's video, but I don't think it's gonna be ready for tomorrow. So we need to talk about something else tomorrow. But that's kind of what I'm working on until Gen 6, because I think it's really like you get most of the rally joiner that you will use in Gen 6, right? So hopefully that's gonna help people quite a bit. And that's the next big thing I'd like to give you guys and, you know, help the community with. That's where I spend most of my time outside of streaming, is answering this kind of question. And yeah, hopefully when it's ready, hopefully when it's like in a solid position, you can actually just give it to your rally leaders, just share it with your alliance, and you guys can experiment with it. And over time, we will kind of, hopefully as the community, we can keep it up to date with the meta and the findings and what works best. And we can, you know, have something that's, yeah, that's very good for us, basically for anyone who cares. It's hard for me. It's a good idea to chill out together, do nothing else than drink coffee and have a nice chat. It's actually, you know, I thought it would be, I thought there might be 5 of you, you know, because there was nothing in the game. So I really appreciate you being here. That was, you know, that's why I don't do these streams often. It's like, because I'm like, yeah, if there is nothing to do in the game, it's not gonna be fun. But sometimes when there are events in the game, actually people are playing. Everyone is playing in their corners. There are like 20 viewers, but, you know, or 30 viewers, but everyone is doing Foundry, so nobody's talking. So maybe it's not the best. Actually, maybe it's the best this kind of stream, like, you know, once a week or something like that. It's hard for me to figure out what is the equivalent level of charm to chief gear. There are none, Suga. There are none. It's not. That's not the best way to think about it. Isn't it boring to have 8 million power candle? Why would it be? Why would it be? It's actually quite fun if you think about it, because I probably will be happy with more than 1 million. Not because of the power, but because of the amount of troops, and that you can fight for hours. Like when I burn cities, that 1.5 million troops, I can get rid of most of it in an hour, easily. Especially if I make some mistakes about CTI attack and stuff. So when you have 2.5, when you start to have 3 million infantry, you can play. You can burn city. You can have fun in Foundry without having to leave. Like, you can really enjoy the game. So power is mostly troops, so power means nothing, but in terms of like, can you burn a city or whatever, but in terms of like playing events, you know, I want 1.5 of these and 3 million of these, and then I'll be happy. I mean, happy. I don't know if I would be happy, but I'll, you know, for fighting, it would make a lot of sense. You're Gen 11. So, Sugar, the way it works, the game, I made a video about it not too long ago, right? The game is to know your damage, or to know the damage mitigation you're gonna do. The game is multiplying your attack by your lethality, or your defense and your health. And without going too much into details, but the closer these numbers are and the higher they are overall, the better the result of the multiplication is, right? So if you have, can I have a report from me? So that's me, right? So if you look at my defense versus my health, here I have 600 less health than defense. So for me, it's better to focus on my health. So it will be better to do my charms, for example. because when I multiply, assuming it costs as much, right? Assuming it costs me as much money to gain 1% of defense than 1% of health, I will get a lot more from 1% of health, because when they multiply, I will get a bigger number. And you can just, you can just play that yourself. You multiply 200 defense by 100 health, that's 20,000. And that's 300 stats. If you multiply 150 defense by 150 health, that's 22,500,000. So that's a lot more. You have 2,500 extra. But because you had 150 and 150 of health and lethality, of health and defense and lethality and health, sorry, I'm tired. So they were matching. So usually you will want to invest where your stats are the lowest. So often it's health and lethality. But as well, you have to take into account, like if it's costing you 20 times more to gain more health compared to what it costs you to get defense, then defense is still probably far better, right? Because you are still multiplying by one side of the equation or by a higher number. That's a quick explanation about what to focus on. It's not a ratio between chief gear and chief charms or hero gear and stuff. It's like you look at that and you have to take into account that these are my stats, buffed, some 20, some 10%, with pets, without a rally solo march, against someone that do not have debuffs and that do not have pets. So if that person had debuff, I would have 20% less defense and 5% less health. So the gap between the two will be a lot closer. So, you have to consider, like, where do I need my stats to work? Is that solo march burning cities? Is that rally leading? Because it's a very different situation based on all of these debuff or buff. So it's a bit complex. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully you can follow me. But that's one way to look at it. And if it's similar price for you to get whatever percentage you can get, then get health and lethality if they are looking like me. I thought that black circle meant my TV was broken. I turned it off twice. Yeah, that was blocking. I was showing something we did in SVS, so it's just an anti-stream sniping. It's technology to not for people not to benefit too much from looking at me when we fight at the team, at the state. That's the technology we found to help with that. Let me know, Suga, if it was helpful, if that makes sense. Because I'm trying to explain, I don't know your understanding of the game. I don't know if that's obvious and you knew, or if that's you had no idea and that's not clear. So it's always, I never know where people are with their understanding and knowledge of the game. So I try to be somewhere in the middle. So hopefully you got it if you didn't know about it. Without it being too simple either. Why do we have so many flags that are messed up? Why? So shall we finish the fishing? I think we shall finish the fishing, because that's not gonna happen. So I'll do that for now. That's the worst buy of my entire life. But let's do it. Because we started, so we have to finish. That'll give us something to do for a little bit as well. I'll keep the rest for later. I have Rena 4 stars, widget 5. Should I get Nora as well? I'm already going for Hector and Gwen. Only if you need her as a rally joiner. Only if you need her as a rally joiner. So if your state is using 48 for 48 or 50-0-50, whatever that is, you probably want to use her, yes, to have her. But the right side was terrible. So you don't really need her, right? If you had similar Nora and Reyna, Nora will be a bit better in arena. That's at least that was my experience and what people I think agree with. Like Reyna is great, but she's not really better than Nora, right? Because Nora is just an extra gen. So yeah, so if you need a rally leader for your state, yes, else you can skip her. You don't need to have all the rally joiners unless you want to be the perfect rally joiner, but you know you don't have to, right? So the only thing is like some states play with for Nora as the rally joiner because they see the big state doing it. But I don't think it makes sense for most of the states. I think it really makes sense for some of the big states. I am already at 16, so I'll try not to fail. I'm already at 19, so do we have a chest? I did not pay attention. Usually when you want, that's something I forgot to mention in the fishing video, is like when I go, I note on my way down like all the level of the white stuff, the see, one more. I'm barely included in battles, so I will just get as many as I can during this gen, and hopefully she will be 4-star. Yeah, like I'll keep the ice voucher for next time. We're gonna get, yeah, we're gonna get what we need in like an hour or two, right? In 1 hour 14, we're gonna get one extra, and that extra is gonna be good enough for that. So if you want to get her to 4 stars 2 gen later, you need to spend a bit below 300 shards. And I think Nora is King of Ice Field and SVS, right? Is she? I think it's Nora you get, right? Where is my hero guide? Hero guide, but that's hero gear guide. So you have Gen 5, you have Nora that is King of Iceville SVS prep, so you can get shard from Nora from this. So if you push one, that could be a way to do it as well. You know, you push what you save for 3 months, you push one of these, you get your 2, 3, 400 shards, and you don't touch her anymore. She will be 3-star plus, and you get her 4-star with the game later. That could be one way to go about it if you plan to push a bit. Daysmith, yeah. So so let's go top to bottom. So Sugar, Dog, Malone. I don't know if Sugar was okay, so let me know if you want the full one. Or another one. Yeah, I saw your video on getting damage number. What you said makes a lot of sense. Chief gear is less money than charm. Yeah, I totally agree. If you look at me, I mean, I'm not T4 yet, right? I'm nowhere near T4 yet. But I've spent 10 times. I did not spend a lot on charms and chief gear. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I spend 500 on charms and maybe I spend 50 on chief gear, something like that. Or maybe 80 on chief gear and 500 on charms. Or like, it's not crazy. It's really not crazy for some spenders, but like charms. And now, you know, now we got We got level 16, right? So I'm not even halfway there for most of my charms. For a few of my charms. These I'm not halfway there. These are 9, these are 8. And you know, 12 to 16 is like crazy expensive. So I think when 12 to 16 dropped, people say it was like $30K when it dropped. So, or 25 or something like that. So yeah, so no, charms are a lot more expensive. I mean, Red Gear is giving you a bit of deployment capacity and stuff, but so that's where, you know, you have to think about the cost of getting an extra %, right? So what we, you know, why am I mentioning that? Because people used to say that it's all about lethality and health, and you don't care about attack and defense are bad, because that's what people when they did some tests, or when they look at what was impacting the most their damage, they look at, oh, lethality is better than attack. What they did not understood yet, it was like it's multiplied with each other. So they just understood the practical side of things and what you should focus on, and but their conclusion was like one is bad, the other is good. The reality is like one is rare, the other is not. So lethality and health are rare, defense and attack are not, because of heroes, right? Especially if you put your heroes to level 5, again, that's basic, but you see like the difference between, like you get 1,000 of each, right? That's a lot. To get 1,000 of health and lethality, you can wake up very early in the morning, like we say in France. You can get out of bed early, that's not gonna happen. It's very tough. So in your research, which I cannot show you anymore because it's not really the case, but if you had like you never did defense on your infantry because you are like, no, it's all about health and lethality. It's all about health and lethality. So you know, lethality offensively, health and defense. So you skip most of your research. You did level 1 and you are like spending, 50 days of research to get an extra % lethality on your lancers. When you can get for that 50 days, you can get like so many % everywhere else. Then go for the everywhere else before, right? We are not in the black and white thinking we used to be in. It's like a bit more granular. Attack, defense gonna do good for you if they are cheap compared to health and lethality. I'm not sure how to give you a ratio. I'm not, it's like when lethality is twice cheaper than health, go on health. When lethality is twice more expensive, than attack, should you go on lethality? I'm not sure where I guess it depends a bit for everyone, based on your stats, but there should be a point when you have a diminishing return on what you do. Alright, sounds good. So, Crucial, you okay? Cool. I'm Gen 9. So, Day Smith. I'm Gen 9. I'm currently have Bradley for Marksman. Is it worth getting Blanchett? Gen 10 if I plan to get Rufus. Gen 11. So, I'm not Gen 10 yet, right? So, what I've heard, what people told me. So, what you used to hear is like Blanchett is the shit. It's amazing. She's gonna be kicking ass. What people kind of told me as well is like Blanchett do better than Bradley when she's as strong as Bradley when it comes to like when she has the same level of widget and the same level of these. So Blanchett is lucky will. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna use Bradley for bear for most of Gen 10, right? Gen 10 you're gonna use Bradley and you're gonna do your Blanchett with the lucky wheel. So at the end of Gen 10, because you are, if you are like me, you are free to play, you buy your widgets from here, you buy some on Frosty Fortune, you buy some on Tudra Trading Station. So my Bradley was like widget 8, but at the freaking end of Gen 7, and by then you will get Rufus, and Rufus is really better. So I don't think I will skip Blanchett, right? But my next bear hero might be Rufus, and Blanchett might just be widget level 4, and I'll have to see for myself if a widget level 4 Blanchett is better than a level 8 Bradley. But some people that might be here today or not, but they are regularly on the Discord as well, was clear that Blanchett is not that greater than Bradley. She's just, with the similar widget, she's just a bit better. She's just a bit above. So that's my thinking. So I would not stress that much about Blanchett, but she's great for many places in the game. People love her overall. So I'd still do it. But if you did like me, if you did like very high level widget Bradley, I don't know if I want to do level 8 widget again, to be honest. I don't think it's worth it. The effort it takes took me, even, you know, at the time it was before Agnes. So I even bought like some of these packs, like to get the discounted widget, so it does not cost too much. So I bought some of these ones to buy widget at -50, plus, you know, I kind of get widgets a lot on Frosty Fortune, which I really don't think is the best, unless you really need widget. I really prefer pets right now. So yeah, so it's a big investment, and I don't think it's really worth it, to be honest. So that's where am I right now. It's like, because Rufus, you can have Rufus day 1 of Gen 11 if you have the chart. I exaggerate. Day 1 you might wait for the first SVS, so it might be, you know, 2 to 4 weeks. You will get widgets level 2 and stuff, but my understanding is like widget level 2 Rufus is beating Bradley widget level 8, right? That's my understanding. Unless I'm wrong, and if you're in Gen 11, let me know. But that's my understanding. So Blanchette, yes, amazing. Stressing over her. But I'm talking like free to play, getting her slowly over time with a lucky wheel, and not like well maxing her day 1 and stuff like that. If you max her day, you know, day 1 or first event, at the well it's a bit of a different story, right? Let me know if that makes sense. I can beat PT. He has half his power, so he's doing bear right now. So G is asking, hey Tonton, my question about pets. When do you start using advanced wild mark for refine? Can you show example? We'll do in a sec. I'm just trying to see if I can get... So even PT is not using Xura. Well, I've been telling people about it. Nobody is doing it. You see, like, I've been making videos, talking people on my state, and nobody is using the crazy combo with the Xura. You will feel good, crucial, when that's happened. So pets. It's probably a hot topic. I was watching a few other guys doing videos about it. Like I was watching Shizgul, and he did blue from purple on one stat, and he considered it as a waste of stone, and he was really kind of against it. When initially, when he made the video, he was like, hey, people told me it's the dope and it's so good and blah, blah, blah. So you have all opinions. Like when I made the video about pets, I had all the comments in the world between that the best strategy to do stat 1 by 1 versus if the worst, it's stupid, you know, don't believe that and stuff. So it's a bit controversial, but where am I with pets? So what am I doing? The most value is to get everything to blue, and you know, we are 2 years in the game. I've been spending a bit on pets, and as you can see, I mean, these I would not do because see, like the stats, wow, 2%. So you know, even if it's very low, like the only thing I need to like, something I have yet to find real data about is like, if you use stones on these pets, is it giving you as much stat as these, for example? So will they progress faster because the range is smaller? Or is it like a percentage of the stat and they progress slower, and you still need, I think to go from here to here, you need 600-700 stones, right? So gray to, if I remember, it's on Discord. From the top of my head, gray to green is 200. Green to blue is like 600-700, and blue to purple is 2000 of the blue stones already. So that's why you will want to do, and I'll skip these ones, and when I know if they progress really fast, I might just do them later. But for now, I've been focusing on the one I know. So all these SSR pets, right? I did not do even the purple too much, so all the SSR pets. So suggestion for me is a mix of all the strategies. So you want to put them all to blue. And all to blue, you can use auto refine, that's okay. So when you have them all to blue, which will take you, you know, I'm 2 years in and I bought a bit of these with my gems already. and I don't have them all to blue. So it's gonna take a while, right? It's gonna take a while. Then when you get them all to blue, because what happens? Why people came up with the strategy to use blue stones to level stats one by one? I'm assuming you are aware of that strategy. It's because the blue stones are useless when you are purple. And when you are gold, it's a nightmare. So, like big spender, and that's gonna cost $10,000-$20,000. They will max all stats and they'll be happy with that, right? For us, the other folks that cannot max all stats on all pets, for me, where am I? It's like two strategies. So the first one is blue everywhere, as much as you can. I'm nearly there, as you can see. And I will have one pet or two pets, but mostly one, because I think it's gonna take me forever. It's gonna take me a year or two with my level of spending. If I was spending 10k a month, it would be a different story. So this one, with the yellow, no, sorry, not with the yellow, with the blue, and actually I do the yellow as well. I do both. I'll put it purple. I'll put all of the stat purple. And when this one is all of the stat purple, I'm gonna use only this one. So that's gonna be my pet that I'm using advanced wild mark on. That's gonna be one thing. And then what I'm gonna do with the other ones, I'm gonna do the strategy to do stats one by one with my blue marks. I think. Because that's... Or I put everyone purple. If I don't go for glob skin with Jen, I put everyone purple. But that will be the choice you have to do. But I will do everyone blue. Then when you are blue, I'll put one to purple. And then this one will be your advanced wild mark pet. And you just use these. You stop using blue on him. And the other one, either you go very slow and you put them all to blue. I mean, all to purple with, you know, these blue marks. And then when they are purple, all purple, but that's gonna be in 2 or 3 years from now, to be honest. It's gonna take forever. Again, it's 2,000 marks to go from blue to purple. So, you know, that's already 2 months of saving, right? And I think I bought some with gems, so that's probably... So yeah, and then so either you put everything to purple or you use the strategy and you do health with the blue mark, then you do lethality and stuff. Does it make sense, G? Let me know. Let me know if you followed. One sec. Be right back. How far are you in Labyrinth with your pets? I'm doing actually quite okay. I've done it today. So I'm 17-5, I don't know how you call it. You know, it's 14 in ranking, so it's not too bad. If I look at the ranking for pet in power, am I doing okay? Leaderboard, pet. I'm 15, so there is like one dude that's, you know, that's supposed to be behind. I don't know who is Gray. Is it a new player that we recruited? Is it a new member? I think so, it might be. I mean, people are changing name all the time, so... Yeah, that's someone I gave something to. Yeah, nothing to give anymore. But I find it really hard to progress now. Pets is like going very, very slow. Glowing Mine for charms is going slow. My charms will be going a lot slower. I'm not really investing in charms right now. I stopped buying some packs I used to buy because like my monthly spending was a bit too high. So I'm gonna stagnate a bit with my charms. They're not gonna progress as much. And I, you know, I went to level 11 charms, so I burnt all my guides as well. So charms is not... I mean, still got quite a bit, right? But they're gonna go to level 9 quite easily. I'll go to level 9, it's not gonna be too bad, but then they're gonna be... they're gonna really slow down. I'm really focusing on hero gear right now. I have so many level of essence stones to do. You know? I'm really focusing on that right now, and you really cannot do everything. But I'll start to have a huge diminishing return as well. So I'm wondering if I should not change packs I'm buying and like buy a lot less overall on a monthly basis with my budget, and then I spend on Journey of Light fully. Like I buy a Journey of Light, so I'm spending a bit less every month. So when Journey of Light is happening, I can afford to buy out. It's a, you know, it's a bit hard to put $400 on an event, to be honest. to my level of spending, at least. It's a bit much. So it's pretty cool to see the new people. To see the new faces, the new bubbles. I mean, the bubbles start to pop out. People start to loot them now, but I made some space just in case. We should have people joining at reset as well, so that's gonna be cool. Yeah, overall I think I'm doing well. You know, it's not for the amount of money I spend, it is quite okay. If you look at, you know, the labyrinth and stuff. Is that the overall ranking? Or that the alliance ranking? Sorry, current state. I was like, I cannot be 5, right? I'm 26 of my state, you know, but many of these people, they spent a lot more because they spent a lot early as well for some of them. They really spent early. So they stopped spending, so, you know, they got a lot less for their money than if they would spend now. For me, I already started with like 20 a month for, you know, the first 6 months. Then, you know, I just got some of them. I was basically spending 20 and I just got some of the city skins for most of the time. And you can see I'm missing, you know, I'm missing quite a few March skins I could have got with the seasonal event that you get for $50 spent. I'm missing quite a few of these. It does not show because the game does not show the skin you don't have anymore, but they're half of, I got half of them, or maybe a tiny bit more than half of them, but so that's for 2 days more. I need to stop spending on heroes and focus on other things. Yeah, you have to. It's always a balance. Always a balance. 1 second. Just need to write that. The remaining gems required are 380k. We have 2 wheels remaining until Gen 6 arriving. Mia Max widget 7, Hector 4.3 widgets 2, Gwen Max widget 4, Lynn 4.4 widget 4, Amos 4.4 widget 4. That looks solid, Theo. Let me know the question or the follow-up, but that looks solid. That looks very much, you know, good choices. I need to stop hoarding and actually use my items. I mean, if you want to rank or not on events and stuff, but for me, my real concern for me at that stage is like when I'm done with these buildings and they don't, I don't know if they will give us new buildings soon. Is like, how do I push and do I rank in events to get the shards I get from ranking in events? It's gonna be a lot of general speed up to troops. But when you are maxed out buildings as a free-to-play, I mean free-to-play, low spender, whatever mid-spender, it's really, really hard to compete against whale for like a SVS is like a huge source of point. Like sometimes I make 15, 20 million on building after 3 months. You know, out of 100 million I make on SVS push, so that's like 20%. It's like 15-20% of my SVS point often. That's my main concern. When you are there, it's like, what do you do? Do you just push regularly to help your state because you cannot really rank anymore if you don't want to push on KY, or do you push on KY? Mind if I send you a confusing report? Yeah, you can 3. If you, do you know where I am in game? Like if you need to find me, that's the location. You can have my. You can see where I'm in jail. Papa Father pushing for getting island building. Do you mean in what? In SVS prep or in fishing? Oh, but can I do top 6 with that pack I just bought? That's gonna be 7,000 points. That's gonna be short of top 6. If I want to get the city skin again, I can push a tiny bit more to be safe, but I think. And I need to stay awake. So if I wanted the city skin for a bit longer and to use it for another 30 days, I could stay awake tonight. I'll need to go soon, but I'll find something to do basically. I'll work a bit as well. I have some work to do. Because I cannot be top 6. I need to buy multiple times the $20 pack, and on fishing tournament, like it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. To me, to my level of spending, it's not relevant at all. So that was already a bit of a crazy fishing tournament for science, let's say. Let's call it that way. Let me update the fishing tournaments as well quickly. Prospector. Wow. So that's updated on the fishing guide, like what to reach, how much it costs to get to the levels of the building you want, before I forget to do it. I agree, Coco. Better to save it for next time. So I don't know if I can do 50k, but I can, like, you know, I might be able to do I mean, 16k seems to be pretty safe because I nearly done it on my farm, and to be honest, I played like with my feet. Like I throw like many of the free ice fishing. Like I did not do them. Like not if I was kind of throwing them. So that 16k is very doable with the farm. But then that's another only 9k points more, right, to get one, which here is like an extra. I mean, that's an extra 6k, but that's pretty good. So the next one is like an extra 10k, so it's a bit more expensive to get to 35, and then from 35 to 50, it's another 15k for one building. So the cheapest jump is 9 is I mean it's yeah, it's K, so it's 9,000 points, right? It's this one. So I'll rather do that jump every time for many events than doing it to 15k every time, right? If that makes sense. That's a lot more efficient. I will focus on my chief gear, chief charm, hero gear, so we know what to work on. Like for me, it will really depends on the pace of what we have next. You know, if they start to be T12 very soon, it's gonna be very different. Because like T11 was really a game breaker, game changer. I might try to spend money on whatever packs they give us to get to T12 very quickly. So I can do 2 out of 3, I guess. I'll probably, if I do 2, I'll probably do infantry lancers to burn cities, to be effective in PvP and to be good at like having a strong rally joining. Because I think many people will do marksman for bear and stuff, and I don't think it matters at that stage of the game, to be honest. So yeah. Depends a bit. That's okay, Mustafa, you know. Most of us, it's not our native language, so I do syntax and grammatical and typos and mispronunciation all the time. So it's welcome here, you know. Some people are like very a bit harsh, I find, you know, with like, oh, you have an accent, and you know, oh, you don't speak English perfectly. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm not a native speaker. You know, I was born in another country, so I think I'm still allowed to speak English, I believe. So, I mean, yes, Mustafa, it's spending in heroes, right? But it's very different to spend on widgets and shards than spending on hero gear for me. But yeah, it's spending in heroes. My chief stuff and expert are weak as well, but it's very expensive to increase them. So I make it slowly. Like expert, I think you really can do a lot with a little money. I mean, little money, it really depends on what we talk about. But if you can buy the $5 already, just the $5, every 2 weeks, that's $10 a month. You fast track yourself a lot. If you can afford both of them for a couple of months, it's a lot of money. It's like $50 a month. So, you know, on a hobby, it could be a lot, especially in the world we live in and depending on where you are from and stuff like that. So it could be a lot. But if you do this for a couple of months, compared to free-to-play, you can get them like, I mean, I've been spending a bit more than that. I've been buying the packs when they reach level 10 and 50 as well, but that's pretty good, right? I'm gonna get her to the next. She's gonna be 80 soon. Got nearly all the skills maxed. Then you look at Baldur, nearly all the skills maxed, and you know, I can get him to, not there yet, but that's pretty good. You look at my Olger, here's nearly a max, my Olger, you know, we're gonna get there next time we have the occasion, but I'll just wait for an event because it's a bit of everything, but I could get Olger quite high. Of course, Agnes, maxed out and pretty good. The chest, you know, 24, 26 does not really matter. Even, you know, 24 to 30, you really got most of the value anyway. Then, you know, I'll prepare her to push her a bit for next SVS, but I'll push in 2 SVS myself, so I have 2 months to really push her. That I'm gonna do, but then, you know, in 2 months, like my Fabien will be a bit beyond. So overall, I really find that, you know, it's a few €100 I spent on experts, but you know, is it worth it? I don't know. Yeah, it's really depending on how you see hobbies and spending, and you know, again, not a like I like what she's good say, because that's exactly how I think. It's like, you know, not a person, financial advisor, and you know, save, you know, have your retirement plans and all these things in order before you spend on game, right? I've been educating myself on personal finance for 15 years now, so you know, it's not just spending on games, right? It has to be not just trying to be the strongest here. I've been taking care of things outside game before I spend on game. Yes, I want to be able to take the gear off and move on to new heroes and make them strong right away versus making as many heroes 5 stars. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, unless you are a rally leader, but even if you are a rally leader, like we see some people, I'm not gonna name them because you know they are teammates and people I love, you know, in my estate, but they have decreased their level of spending a lot. And what they do is like, because they were used to be rally leaders, or they still are rally leaders, but they are starting to fall below quite a bit. What they spend on is like always heroes. They have 3 heroes every gen, and they have widgets 10 every gen, and that's already nearly 1,000, you know, 1,000 in 3 months. So that's already 300-400 euro. And you see their hero gear, their charms, all of these things are not really moving anymore because they just maintain. And I think they make the mistakes of spending on heroes. So if that was the case for me, and I'd be like, you know, I lost my job, or I cannot spend anymore, but I'm kind of a rally leader, and I kind of still have, or you know, whatever happened in life, I can still spend. Let's say I used to be a 2,000 a month spender or 3,000 a month spender, because we are talking about that kind of level. I'm a 500 euro spender anymore. You know, I would not spend on hero that much. With VIP 12, you can do, in terms of shards, you can do 2 heroes per gen. One with the lucky wheel you do slowly, one you do fast. So it's very tough, right? Because they don't have heroes, they are a lot weaker. But long term, I think they are shooting themselves in the foot. So, but it's a tough situation if you want to kind of keep staying relevant and not spending as much as you used to. It's really not easy. French are very bad at English, yes, but I lived, you know, 10 years in Ireland. I've been married to my ex-wife that was not French. We did all the relationship in English. I used to work in international companies. I just, you know, I don't know. I'm not the kind of person that work on their accent, basically, if that makes sense. Like, I had many friends that love to like practice whatever accent they can do. Like, it's really not my thing. So maybe, you know, like I was saying in the comment, I might go back to like classes to pronounce better. Like, it's often not the accent the problem when the pronunciation is proper. And I tend to have a strong accent with not a proper pronunciation. So I get that some people are a bit, they're like, you know, it's a bit hard to understand everything I say. You know, when you have both, it's a bit harder. For us, this level is very good. LoL level is very weak despite starting young at school. I mean level of English, yeah. As free to play, the progress is really slow on expert. I agree, Crucial. But I don't know if you, I mean, I think I've updated my, I made a video on experts, right? My thinking is really, you know, you do your Cyril to 50, because you get really a lot for her on 50 and she's quite easy. And then you do Agnès 30, Holger 30, Baldur 30. The order you want. Does not matter. Everything else you do later. Except if you care to be a good like state participant and you really care about SVS points and stuff like that and do as much points as you can, then I will do this 330. Then I'll focus for a few months on Valeria, and I'll try to get, you know, I mean, this one is good for yourself as well, if you focus on Valeria. So I'll try to get these a bit higher than that. This one is going to level 10 or 20 level 10. So I'll try to get to, you know, I forgot how much it costs. Casual 2 to max her out. Casual 2 is what? Yeah, it's level 50, it's doable. So I'll do the 4 of them level 30, and then I'll do her level 50 first, and then I'll do Agnès level 50 first if I was carrying on SVS, but if I was not carrying on SVS, I'll do Agnès 50 or 60 first. Then whichever you care the most about next, whichever the order does not matter, it's really up to you. You play at reset, you like Arena, you do Holger. You like all these events, you know, you care to get something that's important, I think, is this one. That skill is really important because it's giving you more Alliance Championship points and badges, and you can buy more sigils. So you can, that's one where you can help yourself progress your expert by doing that skill. So Baldur is quite important for that. So it's gonna help you a bit weekly. And yeah, that's about it. And you do all of them level 50, and then it's like, okay, which is the next one I really love? I want Agnès maxed out. Okay, I do Agnès level 70, 80. Then Agnès is 70, 80. And you do the other one slowly, or you're like, okay, I really care about Tundra Arm Leagues. I can participate in Legion 1 in my state. I've done all the other 130 or 50, then okay, I'm gonna do a bit of Fabian. And you can easily kind of move it around based on what you want, what you need. I think that's pretty easy. Mustafa, like when I worked in like in international companies, the worst were the Scottish people. Like in some meetings, and you know, I've been there for a while, right? So I used to work in Ireland. So, you know, Irish accent is pretty bad at some places. Like the first time I went to the hotel, like the lady was asking, what is your room number? Because, you know, I just moved country. So the work like will give me a hotel for 2 weeks, the time I find a flat and stuff. And she was like, what's your number? And I was like, sorry. She's like, what's your room number? It was for breakfast. So I saw someone coming and say, you know, 248. And I was like, okay, that's my room number she wants. But I was just staring at her for a minute. I'm like, I have no clue what you're saying, lady. You know, I have not been in hotels a lot because I lived in the countryside. So I didn't even know that you give your room number when you go. You know, I was 20 years old. So I didn't know you give your room number when you go to the breakfast. So but Scottish, I had like colleagues and I could not understand half of what they say, to be honest. So I was not working on project with these people, I guess. Thanks for the heart. It was just a bit too much to work together. It's like by email, you know. I focus more on the one, on the reward you can get daily, then it will help me a lot. Yeah, I think so. I think it's really important. Someone was saying that, you know, if you care about Fire Crystal, like Agnes is really important. And, you know, if you would do Agnes before Cyril, it's really okay for me. That's a lot of, you know, between these, Chet that can give a Fire Crystal and these, that's a big boost for Fire Crystal, so. But I think I've always said that you could do Agnes first if you wanted to, so that's really fair to me. Thank you for answering all my questions and comments. Thank you. Thank you very much. I do my best, you know, I care to do everything. I know from watching many YouTubers that got bigger that at some point you cannot anymore. And some days I'm like, is it really... like some days I spend 3 hours, guys, you know, between the private question, the Discord, the questions on Discord, the YouTube comments, the friend channel that start to have comments. Sometimes I spend, you know, some days like half an hour, 1 hour, I can squeeze that in my days. Like last Saturday, I woke up, I answered comments for 2 hours and a half. I turned on the stream, I went for breakfast, I streamed for 8 hours. So it's like, you know, I cannot, you know, wife was working, nobody was home, I was alone, but, you know, I cannot always afford like 12 hours of my day on the game, if that makes sense. Oui, Marc, c'est ça, c'est en effet. But, you know, French, with our accent, we are not the most understandable ones, right? If that makes sense. We are not always the easiest to understand, so But, you know, I'm not saying that to complain about, you know, I like to do it. It's just what it is. It takes time, it takes and I'm really trying to be you know, if you take the time to ask a question, hopefully you watch the videos. I might redirect people a bit more to the videos when I feel they might not have watched the videos. But, you know, when you watch the video and you still have a question and the answer is like, hey, you know, go watch my video, it feels pretty bad. So trying not to do that too much. And I think like some videos will, you know, benefit from like a visual support or something to explain like an infographic of some kind or as well. So that's free to play, right? Never bought anything on expert. So 60 here, 70 here, so she's maxed out, right? I think my Cyril is very close on my main, you know, these are like 2 and 3 levels below, but Cyril is very, very close. Agnes maxed out the same way, maybe she's 80 on my main, so she's a bit higher. Baldur is of course quite behind, but you know, the main skills are leveled up. That's casual 3, so that's a bit far for me, but you know, that's level 7. You know, all of that, Alliance Mob, 9, Crazy Joe 8, all of these are okay. All of these are quite okay. Then her, I need to push her a bit higher when I can, but Quinten 3 is like a bit... it's a bit of... It's the issue with the sieges, right? So it's gonna take me 2 more weeks. So next SVS, basically. Next SVS, I can get her ready, get her XP up, so I will be able to get that skill to level 7. Because I'm contributing every SVS. You can see that my old girl is, you know, is not as strong, but you know, that's really okay when you think about it. It's really not bad. Nothing, you know, nothing too shy. You know, Romulus is gonna rot behind quite a bit, and I don't do Foundry, so you know, I just don't really care about Fabian because I don't do Foundry because it's a farm. So that's... Sorry for the misclick. That's one thing, right? But you know, that's decent. I spent 0 on expert, and I've been doing my treks with auto and autocomplete or idle. So I don't even have the max reward on my farm. I just don't care to it just takes too much time. If you have to do fishing and gathering and arena and whatnot, it just takes too much time off my day, so... Yeah, I mean, we got expert more or less the same time, right? And my farm, I don't play it seriously, so if you care to do like the proper mission and pick the right answers, like at some point you will... You know, you will be ahead a bit. Which Helios to get first? But King, for what? What do you care to do? It always depends, you know. If you want damage for bear, do marksman. If you want to be a good rally joiner, do whatever your state is using. Infantry, lancers, marksman, whichever is. There are only a good answer in the context. And why do you want to do it for? Else I'll tell you a random answer that might not fit your reality. Like the other day, I was talking to a guy and I was like, I think I got the right answer. And I nearly wrote it. And I'm like, let me ask a question. And the guy was like, yeah, I'm Gen 11, I'm a spender. It's like, I was thinking he's Gen 5 and a little spender. So, you know, how can my advice to a Gen 5 little spender guy is... That's someone from my... Oh, he did not transfer. Surprising. Yeah, how can that be a good answer right when you don't know? So let me know, guys. What do you care to do? What do you like to do? Why, you know? Let me help you. Always say thank you. I might go quite soon. I'll wait a bit for your question for that king to answer. And then we'll, you know, take maybe 1-2 more if you have anything, and then I'll slowly... Let's see, Ali. So it's 9:30, so it's time to kind of wrap up the day for me. Check a bit the comments before I go to bed. Maybe I actually work tonight, so we'll see. We're answering a few questions very quickly on Discord in the meantime. Pets are pet chests are worse in the Alliance shop. Yes. I mean, what is the Alliance shop? Do you mean this one? 100%. 100%. Like, especially right now, you get far too many of these. It used to be tough to do everything. It used to be tough to buy like your transfer passes if you want to transfer. So I have a hiccup. It used to be tough to buy what you want, but nowadays you can buy whatever you want. If you do your Alliance mobilization well, because that's my farm, I don't really even try. So, you know, I buy like all the VIP points. I'm trying to go to VIP 12. I bought all the shitty speed ups. I did not do today. So yeah, it's a big source of it, and I'll buy it weekly. Like, the priority for me here will be teleports if you need, of course. That's really important, but it will be, I mean, albums, it's just for fun. Shards, I would not suggest, to be honest. I'll skip them. That's very low amount, and it's quite a lot of things. So I'll do XP and food. I mean, XP, food, and chest for sure. Transfers if you need to. Teleports if you need some of these. Then VIP points, and you know, I'll do the albums, to be honest. It's cool. But yeah, whatever you need, shield, speed ups, whatever you need. But you should be able to. If you do Alliance mobilization and the event, you should not have much issues with all of that now. It used to be like you used to have to be really picky and play well and stuff. Now it's like whatever, just, you know, you can get anything. You can get anything. Let's go to bed soon, so let's, you know. I misprepared the speed ups, the troops for today, so let's use 3 hours. Gen 5, you can get 10 per week. You used to get less before. How much can I get? You can get 10 of these. Yeah, I didn't know that it's increasing, so that's good to know. Like, they changed so many things. Like, when pets started, you had the same value for every pack. So like state 6 or 1 at the time used to have the same value than my state, for example. But nowadays, like, packs are getting, even for pets, packs are getting quite better. So I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen with experts right now. Whether you are state 4000, that will open soon, and you get experts in a few weeks, you know, it's a bit more, it's Gen 3.5, but you are like state 3000 plus, you get experts, or we get experts. It's exactly the same cost. It's not cheaper for me than it is for you. So right now is, you know, it could be if you're a low spender or medium spender early days in the game, investing in your expert, because they are not getting cheaper over time. That was the case for pets. So many YouTubers, before I started YouTube, were suggesting if you spend money on something in the early gens, you spend on pets because they are as expensive as later. Now it's not true anymore. They improved the pet packs quite a bit. If you compare yours and mine, that's how much I get. And you likely get 3, 4, 5 chests instead of 6. And you likely get 2, 3, 4, 5k XP and these less, right? Some people have 1 of these, some people have 8 of these, some people have 3 of these and 2.5k, something like that. So it can be half of what you get. So, but experts, yeah, that's true. If you're free to play, low spender, medium spender, that could be like, yeah, let me spend on expert now, because the sooner you spend, the more benefit you get from like all girl chest and all of that's kind of, you know, why not getting it now if you are about to get it? So that's one way to think about it. But oh wow, these are in 1 hour. Cannot you gem the arrival of the truck? Sorry, I'll go check Coco in a second. I think I'll go soon. But that's usually, you know, when there is like a downtime on this chat, then I'm like thinking of going, and then that's when the chats wake up. And everybody has a question. But I can stay on a bit. But maybe like 20 minutes max. So let's look at you, Coco. Can I show on stream? Like, is something I'll mention now. Like, if you don't want me to show some things you send me, tell me. Because, you know, I had some viewers that their state were not happy, they were sharing with me. So if that could be your case, yeah, tell me. That's it. So we have a solo march versus a base. I mean base, a city, right? So with 3.4 million troops, which is quite hard to zero. Above 3 million troops, I find it really get hard. So that guy is probably very, very strong. So I guess it's our friend Coco. It seems to be. He's a dolphin. So that's, you know, that's pretty good in terms of charms. Chief gear, you did not spend too much, but red is pretty good. You spend a lot more on charm. That's good for you. And clearly, you know, infantry lance, marksman. I mean, the dude is an okay free-to-play kind of guy, right? He's an okay free-to-play kind of guy, but you are pretty strong, Coco. So I guess what's surprising, well, you will tell me what's surprising for you, right? Couldn't chat, but that's okay. That's okay. You cannot always. No talk. So that you are using, so what is the ratio? So that guy is mostly a 33 because it's defense. So he has some T11 it seems. So maybe someone is reinforcing him, or he just unlocked them but did not train them. You have T11 everywhere. FC10 is FC8, that's quite big. But that's not that easy. You know, like 3 million troops. FC8, I mean, you're a bit of a spender, so that's pretty good. But you're stronger than me, but that's... It's not always cities you burn. I think it could be, you know, it could be really that René, I guess, if you. But defense, lethality, yeah, lancers are super low, super weak. The rest, you are like double, triple the stats, nearly. I just wanted to say hello and thank you for all the good information you put online. It's really appreciated and helpful. Thank you. Merci, Blind. Merci. So what's surprising? Is it surprising that you burn so many troops? Is it surprising that you lose so many troops? Because it's kind of like, it's like a report that is kind of failing on your side. So that's what you will get when you are not burning someone. So you see it's even a defeat, right? So you are kind of at the stats of a rally that's not winning, but you are probably just on the line of like demolishing him, and you send 1 million troops to the infirmary, which is huge. So that's, for me, that's what is a bit weird looking at it like that. The reason is probably if he had a proper infantry lancer hero, you know, it probably like a lot less losses here. Because that's you know, that's a lot of troops that have half the stats. I mean, not half, but it should have like. It matters quite a bit, right? It matters quite a bit, but then. I mean, the rest is hard to tell, but like Hendrik like did a lot of kill. That's insane. You see our little lancers get, you know, killed and injured compared to the other ones. And see, for him, that's the other way around, right? So that's probably the reason, right? I don't really look at troops I kill, the ratio of troops I kill, so I'm never really paying that much attention to it. So you see he has some T11, but barely any. I mean, he had a 200k, so it's not like a noob, you know? It's not like a total noob player. Like, he has some T11, he has FC8, that's pretty good, right? He just made some mistakes on developing his gear and stuff, but especially so I think that's what was the question, or like the question mark is like, why do you kind of fail but kill so much? Is like you're just destroying his lancers. Because of that. So that could cost you a lot, right? One wrong hero because whatever reason, because he has set it up manually and he forgot to update it when he changed or something like that. That cost him a lot, I think. Would you do hero gear review? Very quick because I need to go. Hero gear, so here. So you have what matter, 20 and 100. You even have 100. So do you do rally leading, I guess? So that's if you focus so much on infantry, it's like you likely do some rally leading, or I mean you're like offensive rally leading. I use 45 10 45 setup with Mia. Something you can try 48 4 48. Apparently that will lead to overall a better result because you will have enough lancers. So if I understood Mia correctly, right, it's like somehow you get a better result when you get 3 types of troops on Mia. So that seems to be the consensus right now. So when you are using 2 types of troops, Mia is not giving as good result than when you are using 3 types of troops. So you want a bit of lancers, but you want to have as little as possible because Gen 8, you know, your stats, if you compare your Mia and the rest, is like terrible, right? You see your Lancer attack and defense and your lethality and stuff. So if you can remove 6% of Lancers and put them in infantry and marksman, it will be far better. So what the best ratio I got like from PCB from Wosnerd, so it was like for more for Gen 5 and 6, so maybe you can go even a bit lower. But that you need to get, he was suggesting 48 for 48, and that's, you know, one of the person I tried the most. You do counter rally in SVS. So what I'm reading here, right? The way you're built. So you care about your infantry a lot because you even have that one that is giving defense. So you are likely using, you are not using 60-40 with that setup. It's very unlikely, or you are swapping to it and you are not. So you are not using 60-40, it clearly shows here. So I don't know if you are using 40-10-50, that's what we are using with Marksman right now, is 40-10-50. That seems to be working the best for us. And in that you are attacking someone that defending with Lancers because you cared as well to develop your Marksman health and your marksman far before your lancers, right? In some ways. So that's how I read it, and if you are built for that, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hello from I'm French. I'm not French. I don't want to be French, to be honest. France is pretty terrible right now. Welcome to the stream. So that's how I read your choices. If I see someone built like you, I'll be like, okay, so you do some rallies for sure, and you are trying to counter 60-40 with that, and you know that, if that makes sense. But you can, I don't know if that's what you use for rallying, but you can adjust your ratio as well. A tiny bit. That should give you a bit of a better result. Let me know. I use 50-0. Apparently, Mia will do a lot better with a bit of Lancers. And now, you know, I start to really get it from many people. Hey, Home Alone, are you in the stream right now? I mean, these are pretty good. You are pretty strong if that's you. No, that's not you. That's your state. I mean, these guys are beefy, right? These guys are like, wow. That's pretty beefy. Let me know, you know, if you wanted to look at it, what it is we are looking at. But yeah, we'll slowly wrap up. Can I send my trucks? No, not the one that I got help with, right? So I need to wait for the other ones to come back. Let me know, 3, like Home Alone, what you want us to look at in the report. Apparently it is, yes, Coco. And I got it from quite enough people now. I got it from people that were like, if you don't believe me, do your testing and you will believe me. But I'm not gonna give away what we, you know, what it took us days to figure out with testing and things like that. So I got it there a few times in YouTube with that kind of comments. And I got it from like very trustworthy people as well today. Actually, just before the stream. So I will gladly say I don't know that it is better from my own experience and my own testing, but that's yeah. I'll put some money on it now. Let's say I'm confident it is. From like some of the viewers that, you know, have been overall same like a source of good information and trustworthy information. PCB from WosNerd. When he looked at my document for like Gen 1 to 6, yeah, it started to be a lot of people that seems to hint at you should update your knowledge on, when I mean you, I mean me, I should update my knowledge on 50.050, and that's 48 for 48 seems to be quite better. So you should, you know, don't take it for granted, test it if you can. If you have, you know, some people to test it against or some rallies to do, but it seems to be the consensus right now. And it has to do, I need to look into it, but you might be able to find it on WosNerd. Like, apparently, like some of these, you get more chances to proc the Earth skills, basically. So you get better result on Earth skills when you have 3 troop types. 60-40 Alliance Championship should be doing wonderful, yeah, with your setup. I mean, your marksmen are quite, your lancers are quite weaker, but that still should be. It's why it's lost. I'm thinking it was René. So I mean, it's very close, right? So without looking at it, it could just be luck, right? When it's that close, it could just be luck. Because they are very close in power. That's very close as well. I need to go soon, guys, by the way. I see that wife is not too far. We usually the time we go to bed, so I'll go soon. But the stats on the right are worst, of course, overall. The ratio is the same, right? So that's a René versus a Nora. That's a Wayne versus a Greg. So that's I mean, that's not that's a defense, so that's an offense, so that's just a test, right? It's just a test. So there is no, like, the widget do not matter. So, like, what you care about are the hero skills. I need to look at some. Maybe the next video I want to do is actually, I'll give you a spoiler, is, before I go further, is like, freaking read the skill of heroes. Like, and I mean that to myself as well. Like, there are so many skills I don't know by heart what they do. And people ask me question about what should I do. It's like it's like, is Bradley good against lancers, right? Increase damage to lancers up to 30%. So Bradley was created to counter 60-40. So some people say, okay, when you have Bradley against you, you don't play 60-40. It's not that simple. But, like, you know, read the skill of your heroes. And, you know, I'll be the first to try to do that more often as well myself. So it could be, so let's look at here. What can you see? So you can see that on the right, they got a lot more lucky with the infantry. So they have the same troops, they have the same chances. You get nearly twice more of that. That's a lot of luck. Here it's very hard to compare, but that's a lot more lucky as well, right? That's 4 times more, 1 times more. That's, you know, 10 times more kill. Here it's very hard to compare because just because, you know, it's not the same hero, so I'm incapable of telling you if these are better than that. At least me, I'm incapable. That's the same. That's okay. And that's it, right? So is Greg better than Wayne? Look, marksman deal extra damage to enemy lancers and extra damage to enemy marksmen. So that skill is useless. There is no marksman. So that dude is using a hero that it has a skill that only works for marksmen. There are no marksmen in the march. That's not amazing, but that's not bad. I don't really know how critical works actually in the game. That's something I need to look into. I don't know if you guys know, if one of you feel comfortable talking about crit, but I don't know how crit rate is working in the game. So that's something I need to fully explore. It's rare enough that it does not really matter to not understand it well, I think, but that's something I need to learn. When Greg, all the skills are working. That's extra health, 25%, really good. Damage reduction, 25% in average. A little bit less because that's 20% chance or 50% chance every 2 turns, for 2 turns, so. But that's okay. So that heroes, René versus Nora, I'm not sure, but René give a bit better stats. So that could be that René has a tiny bit of an advantage. Wuming and Geronimo. I would say that if it's a rally, an offensive rally, then Geronimo make more sense. If it's a solo attack, you don't have the widgets coming into account. I'm not sure that Geronimo is the better choice here for a solo march. But you know, I guess you wanted to test like an offensive setup versus a defensive setup, something like that, right? So, but probably Geronimo is not helping. Wuming might be a bit better in that case, just because of the sheer amount of stats it gives to infantry. The widget is far stronger when it's level 10, it gives so much more, and everything. Nora René, maybe slight edge to René. And then Greg versus Wayne, Greg is definitely better. And the guy on the right got a bit more lucky. So that with my understanding of the game, that will what I bet on. Is like worst infantry, better lancers, better marksmen, worse stats, and a bit more luck on the right. Because these are, you know, these are quite significant. If that dude has Wuming, if you do it again with Wuming, I mean, he has to be that lucky, but he will probably destroy Home Alone in that case. I think. If it was a rally, it would be a very different story of the widgets, right? You will have to have you will have to have Geronimo because of that. So I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know. That's how I read it. That's how I understand it. We just won a tough SVS because of those tips. Thank you. I mean, thank you. Happy for you more than thank you. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And you know, we've defeated some opponents that we could not have won otherwise. So your widgets are active? You sure? Let me check. I don't, to be honest, I don't pay attention to... Yeah, they are active. You're right. So that's easy to check. So that's buffs. Yeah, ease are not. Ease are not. So that explains the stats as well, right? Because like, unless there is something wrong, like your stats are quite higher than him, right? But see, like, it's defense. So you have widgets, he does not. And pets, I mean, pets, he has a bit of a better pets, right, overall. I mean, it's not really a big deal, right? You have a bit more lethality, you have a bit more health. You know, like, it may be a bit on his side for pets, tiny bit. I don't know what you think. if you value lethality more than, you know, the rest, like defense, reduce health, reduce lethality. So you have more lethality, but he is removing a bit more, so things like that. So then that really comes down to heroes, I think. And again, Geronimo, in that case, I'm not sure it was the best choice without a rally, but that's what he used. Because here, I mean, you are quite strong here. Does it make sense like that? I don't know. I might be wrong as well. But I don't see any other reason. But I just don't think that Wayne is not scaling well. That's mostly it. But then if you were... So it changes what I'm saying. If your widgets are working, of course you cannot have Greg. Greg is offensive, so some people will consider Zinman here. Let me just double check that Zinman has a defensive widget, but you will be surprised. I mean, we've seen some report where Zinman is being used and is working very well, and PCB was suggesting Zinman Gen 6 as well to me earlier today, because that's I mean, it's more for rallies, it works with joiners, because these, you know, you can get Patrick as well, which you get 35 instead of something that's, I mean, that's multiplicative, that's not additive. So in that case, Zinman would have worked. If your widgets are active, probably. Is it defensive? I think it's defensive, right? You would have more attack. So Wiming was a good choice for you. And what was the other one? Nora, because Rooney is an offensive widget, so Nora is an okay choice. Nora is an okay choice for you, I think. Maybe the issue is more lucky, and maybe that the issue is Wayne. You probably have a better result with Zinman, if that makes sense. Hey, Beyond. I'm good, and you? I'm gonna go, guys, soon. I'm ready. I don't know if you see, but my eyes are like... start to feel really tired. We'll just wrap up that question. Let me know 3 if that makes sense. Maybe swap Wayne for Zinman if you just need. I mean, if you have the widgets as well, right? In that case. But that's a good call out that widgets are active. And if you doubt, you know, you can, not for you but for others, you can always check here, right? What's active and what not. But that's pretty good. That's all solid. That's pretty impressive for Gen 6. You can play with many things on PC. You can play with Google Play Games. So it's from Google. You can play with like other emulators, like LD9 players, Memu, BlueStacks. So it's kind of a software that simulates a phone or a tablet on your PC, basically. And Google 9 Player is just, I don't know if it's the same technology or something else, but you can install mobile games that are compatible to PC on PC, and all the big games are. Thank you. It does. It was just initially confusing. I figured that it came down to the euros. Yeah, it seems to be. And you know, the luck on the, he has twice more on the proc of the units as well, right? On the troops. So that often the case on the winning side, because you have more, you know, because it's a round per round, right? If you are winning, then you start to kill more of these troops, so they have more chances to proc, I guess, on their side. But yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. But I will go, everyone. I'll look at the chat. I'll cut the stream. I already need to get ready to go to bed, I guess. Few more things to do before as well. And yeah, many questions on Discord as well. So yeah, but let me know. You can join the Discord if you have follow-up questions and things you want to talk about. I'll be live Sunday for Foundry, so it will be 19 UTC for us. Legion 1, how is it looking? Oh, edit looking. Oh, do I need to collect that? How many people are we registering this time? 30. So it will be a full team. We have enough people for a full team, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But we have Webster, we have Denise, we have the Big Eaters, so we have Miss Cat as well. Yeah, we have some of the new ones. How are they doing in power? That's a good way. They are close to me. Okay, cool. Cool to see. We have a bit of fresh blood, new people that are decently strong as well. French Il Café Tokasap. I mean, if you guys like it, let me know what you like as well, you know. That's really important. Thank you for following on Twitch. Twitch is, you know, I watch Twitch stats, but there are not many viewers, but, you know, I watch. So if you join the live, I'll be there as well for Twitch. But, you know, for me, it's with pleasure. You know, we can do once a week for a bear or something like that. Yeah, with pleasure. It's the time that works for me as well. I don't know if it works for you guys, but that's kind of end of day. So my work is done. Lady is doing a yoga class and stuff like that. So, you know, I can have some hours for myself. Nobody's kind of waiting on me to do work or to do things. So maybe not that long, always. But, you know, 2 hours, 2 hours and a half doable once a week for sure, outside of events. So we'll see. If you like it, just, yeah, I appreciate you let me know. So thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. I'll see you Sunday or before. I'll try to, you know, if I cannot cook the video for like rallies Gen 1 to 6 by tomorrow, I'll find something else. There are a few videos I want to do that do not require that much preparation, like how to fix your city when you make mistakes, like things like that. There are things I want to do for a while. So we'll see. But hopefully I can get that Gen 1 to 6 to put like foundation on rally leading, rally joiners, troop ratios. And you know, I really appreciate like some of you that help already, PCB as well, and you know, everyone else that will give feedback when it's live and when it's like you know, I think it's a work in progress. It's never gonna be like a perfect Google Doc, right? It's gonna be really neat to integrate like new strategies, feedbacks and stuff. But again, thank you very much. Good night, good day, and wherever you are. Much love, and I talk to you soon. Bye bye everyone. Cheers.